Hello and welcome along to IEM Season 10 from Katowice. So we have left the outdoor courts where we've been for the past 2 days. We are now in the Big Banana. We're here in the Spodek in Poland for 2 days of quarterfinals and finals of CSGO. And what a 2 days it has been. What are the brief storylines? Because we'll get into more of this later on. Well, let's just say Fnatic, the #1 team in the world, they are beatable. The second storyline, the Brazilians are on the march. And the third storyline, that here in Poland, where the crowds are amazing, a Polish team is here by the skin of their teeth. So the Intel Extreme Masters has been all around the world. The roadshow has gone to San Jose, that was done. Cologne was done. Gamescom done. Taipei done. The rest of it done, which brings us here right now to the World Championships, the final stop, Katowice, Poland. If you've missed the roadshow, this is what you've missed.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen.
Party's full army, the Colossus march forward, and this is it. We are going to have a new champion here.
Welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters here at Gamescom 2015.
Well, there you go, GG innovation here at the Intel Extreme Masters.
That's going to be the defuse on a big round for Envious.
Welcome to San Jose 2015.
It's insane, Edward. He gets one. He gets two. It's down to a 1v1 here. This is possibly the last fight. Oh, it didn't quite get the damage down.
Welcome everyone to Dave here at the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne 2015.
DCT, TNT flashing forward. TNT will be able to pick one up, but his team is all gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters from Taipei.
Needs to find the headshot, but oh, he just barely does.
16-9 and the Mongols defeat Renegades.
Great tournament for him so far, but you don't defeat the champion.
Season 10, it has been the best season so far, but it's time to get things started. May I say, just look out as well for the trophy they've brought, because it weighs 15 kilos. I'm looking forward to seeing somebody lift that. You ready to start the countdown? I'm going to use my power. Let's start the countdown.
Welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship! Season 10. We started in Shenzhen. We went over to Gamescom in Cologne. Then we went all the way out to California and San Jose. Back to Cologne for another stop, and then back out to Asia for IEM Taipei. And now, we are all here in Katowice, Poland, to crown our new champions this weekend. As we await the next 3 days of battles as champions compete to prove who really is the best, we have to remember it took us 10 years of history to get to this point. 10 years of legacies told, 10 years of new legends being born, and stories being left in the history of esports. Let's take a look at our journey up to this point.
Welcome once again. We're going to see the Intel Extreme Masters.
SK Lin, most spots.
The legacy of Fnatic. We are just a winning machine.
Navi will win the Intel Extreme Masters Season 4.
If I can have my name on that trophy, that'd be so good.
Oh my god, I cannot that this is actually happening.
I was so proud of my team, how we are able to stick together.
The atmosphere is really great and we're extremely proud.
A dream for every gamer in the world. Witam wszystkich bardzo, bardzo gorąco, bardzo serdecznie. Welcome everybody. I don't have any notes, and just 2 seconds ago I forgot everything I had to say, so bear with me. This is coming here and being on the stage with you guys is the best part of my year. For me as a gamer, there is really nothing better than to be here. We've had a fantastic 10 years in Intel Extreme Masters history. And history is, you never remember it like it's written in books, you remember it in moments. And I thought I would share one moment with you that really defined what Intel Extreme Masters Katowice means to me. One moment that really shapes how I feel about this event and what I think about it. It was in 2013, the very first time we did an event here, and 1 hour before the show, I walk out on stage and I see, just like today, everybody all the way up, all the seats all the way to the ceiling, it was full. And that was the day that I noticed that reality has jumped farther ahead of my wildest dreams for esports and where it could be. And at that event, there was one moment that really stayed with me. It was a moment when, in the StarCraft 2 tournament, Polish player Mana played TLO from Germany. Mana was the only Polish player left at the event, still playing. And the audience was magnificent. The support for Mana was absolutely phenomenal. And just to anybody that's foreign to understand this story, Poland and Germany has had 1,000 years of history. Today, Germans are considered our friendly neighbors, but when it comes to competition, they're supposed to lose every single time. And it so happened that TLO, the German, beat Mana, the Polish player, knocked him out. The audience started singing for Mana. to cheer him up. But then TLO stood up, and the audience stood up, and they started chanting his name. And this is something I've never seen before ever at any event that I've gone to. That somebody that knocks the home crowd favorite out, that's supposed to have lost, everybody, literally everybody stands up and chants their name. And this is that moment that defined Intel Extreme Masters in Katowice for me, as an event where the audience, when there's an opponent that plays against the favorite, the audience gives that opponent hell. But after the game, no matter the result, the audience gives that opponent respect. It doesn't matter if that guy's Polish, German, Swedish, Russian, or from any other country. And that is what's, to me, personally, magical about Intel Extreme Masters Katowice, which is the audience, which is you guys. And I would like to remind you, this event doesn't belong to me. This event belongs to all of you guys. And the same way that the audience shaped back in 2013 what the event is for me, this is your event. This is your event. You shape, you get to define what memories of this event everybody brings home. What the Brazilians, the Koreans, the Chinese, the Americans, the Germans, the Russians, what memories they bring home with them. What memories everybody that's watching the event worldwide has of the event. You define the event. You are the event, guys. So I encourage you to really enjoy the event. And guys, let's make some really new, really awesome, amazing memories together. And speaking of memories, our trophy for the 10th season, for a decade of Intel Extreme Masters, with all the champions, all the heroes, all the magical moments carved into it, we've built a new one. And to present the trophy, we have asked a good buddy of mine, maybe you've heard of him. He's won the Intel Extreme Masters twice, once with PGS Gaming and once with ESC Gaming, a former teammate of Pasha, Luke, Neo, Taz, Kuben. You might know him from Counter-Strike. It's Mariusz Lord Cybulski.
And now introducing your contenders for the World Championship.
Hello and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters Expo. You are joining us live from Katowice, Poland, and we have got an absolutely fantastic day of Rainbow Six Siege action lined up for you with none other than the start of the EU PC Pro League. Yes, indeed. Teams have battled it out from all across Europe. We've got French, Spanish, German, Italian, all here, 8 in total, looking to put their stamp on this first day as we show off what this fantastic game has in offer. They know what's on the line. They need to prove this is it. For the first time, we'll be putting 2 days of Pro League into one. So if you're looking for all-out action in Rainbow Six Siege, look no further. We have got a treat in store for you, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you the expo hall is completely jumping. It's full out. We're gonna do our best to put on a show that fits that. And of course, I'm gonna be here on the stage with those teams, talking them through, giving you the insight, and hopefully showing off how well they play for you. But I'm not on my own. That would be really boring. I've got a fantastic audience that's here. They've been piling in already. They're eager to see what these teams have in store and, of course, who does so well in the competition. But I also have a team, yes, of analysts, experts. They're wise, they're wonderful, and they're led by one man who it is my great pleasure to introduce. So without further ado, over to you, Panky.
Thank you very much, Sean. And as he said, welcome everybody to the Intel Extreme Masters here in Katowice. I am joined on the desk by Derek Punji-Stick-Malin and Simon LaForge, one of the developers here for Rainbow Six. How are you guys doing? You enjoying Poland?
It is great to be here.
It's good to be here, thank you.
Yeah, this expo hall is huge, and there's already a massive crowd here for Rainbow Six, which is great. I'm going to dive straight into the game, guys. We have a huge Pro League over the next couple of months, and we have 8 of the best teams in Europe ready to go with it. We want to dive into the tournament format for a little bit first. Each of these games is going to be a best of 2, so draws are possible, which is an interesting dynamic that some of these other Pro Leagues don't necessarily have at the moment. And our first 2 maps today are going to be Chalet and Oregon. So we got interesting things to speak with there. And of course, opening the day, Area versus TCM, 2 of the arguably favored teams for this tournament. So it's a big, explosive start. How are you feeling towards Area, Simon?
I think they did a really strong showing in the Go Force, and I think today they're going to deliver a good performance. They went through some roster changes recently, and they picked up another French guy from another team. So I think they should do well. They did try the new lineup, and I think it's going to go well.
Yeah, what about TCM? I know you're a North American guy here, Bungie, but you got to dive into EU for a little bit.
From what I understand, from what I gathered, TCM's a pretty strong contender. So with Area having the change-ups, I think TCM will put on a good
show. As some people may be unaware, TCM qualified as the Wise. That's what they went through the Go4 tournaments as. A lot of people will have seen that name. We had, of course, 3 Go4 Rainbow Six tournaments, of which these teams accumulated enough points to get here into the Pro League. We've still got another whole bunch of teams that are yet to show up. Penta Esports, Sifu, who I have been pronouncing wrong for many, many weeks, is Gifu, Epsilon, G-Bots, a lot of big names in here. And, of course, all of those teams are going to be playing at least twice today through this format. So we'll take a look at that schedule in just a second. And to be fair, as I mentioned, we've got Area TCM to start. We've got Penta playing in the game number 2. So we are literally hitting the ground running here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, Penta. So, predictions? I want to go with, like, Penta we've mentioned, Area we've mentioned a big there. I know G-Bots, Simon, they're...
Yeah, G-Bots are super scary. They had a pretty strong showing in the Go Force. They have a really fast and aggressive playstyle. And, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of interesting matchups today.
All right, we've mentioned that it's Chalet and Oregon for game number 1. So, Punji, take me through like attacking setups for Chalet. Who are your must-use operators for that? Because I don't want to dive into the team too much. We haven't seen them play yet.
I think for attacking, for most maps, Thermite, absolutely necessary. His ability to get through the reinforced barricades and stuff, you have to have it. It's a guaranteed extra opening wherever you want it. And his best counterpart to go with that is, of course, Thatcher. So I would expect to see one or both of them for sure.
Yeah, and there on your screens is the Aria lineup. LMG, Panic, Enemy, Revan, and Undead. Undead, one of the newer players who actually came from a team that hadn't qualified previously and has now been picked up to the Aria lineup. So they've played one Go for Rainbow Six with him, and you said they did very well.
Yeah, they did very well. They actually ended up in the finals. I think they lost to Penta, if I'm not mistaken, but it was a really good game and it was a really strong showing. So I think by picking up another French player, they don't have a language barrier, so I think they're going to do well.
Yeah, and there is the TCM lineup you stream. El Tunisia Nox, Panery, Storm X, Lowblade, and Acid Rain. There is their last player. So some slightly different change names in there as well. They're going to be our defending team. Talk to me, Simon. Who are the defending operators you expect and hope to see?
I think we're going to see Bandit. Surely we're going to see Smoke, probably wielding the shotgun. We had
modeling action.
Yeah, exactly. We got a workshop with the pro players yesterday, and they taught us a little bit about their way to do it. And I think they're going to use the shotgun to make some holes and create some space, and yeah, make it complicated for the attackers. Yeah.
So one of the key things with Rainbow Six that separates it from a lot of these other 5v5 shooter games is that when you're on these bomb maps, the attack and defend, you can choose the bomb sites that you're defending. Chalet only has 4 possible options. Punji, where do you think or where do you expect to see teams opening up their first defending round?
Most people pick the lower the better to start. You know, basement's always a high choice because it's just easier to, I feel like, defend, fortify low, and then roam high.
Yeah, especially with the attacking teams having these assault rifles, the marksman rifles, that range is really negated when you're in a basement. You can't use that. So that's the wine cellar and snowmobile garage to begin with.
Exactly.
Chalet. And of course, it really helps with smoke. As you mentioned, the shotgun comes into play with remodeling in there. Are there any tips and tricks, Simon, that you guys, having made the game and developed this, know of that players haven't necessarily used or shown yet that you're kind of hoping to see?
I think, honestly, the players have shown us so much what they can do with the game. Honestly, there's a lot of things that we couldn't predict, and I think the meta isn't really established right now, so I think there's going to be a lot of surprises today, and we might learn a lot. We might even see the meta shift a little bit today, because these teams tend to keep their secret strategies about them, so maybe they'll reveal some of them today, yeah.
So obviously Oregon mentioned the second map. It's going to have another basement level, which will likely be where they think starting off.
Right.
Where do you see the second defending location being from that point?
I really don't know. I feel like them recently introducing the dynamic where after you win a defending round, it locks that location you used. I think forcing a new location is totally on the opinion of the team. I've seen people enjoy first floor, second floor to totally up to their play style, you know?
Simon's obviously got a little bit more of an insight thanks to the numbers and the statistics behind this. Is there a second bomb site people are leaning towards all the time, or is it, as Pandu said, very much team dependent?
On Chalet, it's not the most popular map, so I'm not too sure, but I think it's pretty much up to the team's preference, because they train a lot, and they're going to go where they're most comfortable with.
That's, I think, one of the best things we're going to get in this Pro League. 8 teams from so many different places out of the range, and so many different nationalities, different play styles. Watching these teams choose and the order in which they attack and defend these sites, and the spawns for attacking too, it's going to be something that really sets these teams apart.
Absolutely.
But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 incredible casters to take you through this game. Joe Fenney and Aaron Ellis, or True Talent, some of you people. So guys, please take us through this very first game of the Rainbow Six Pro League.
Thank you very much, guys. We are here for the very first game, not only of today, but of the entire Pro League here for Rainbow Six, and I am so excited to get into this match. It is going to be Era Esports up against TCM Gaming to kick this off, and I definitely think that this is a fantastic matchup to start off, because we've got some big hitters coming in here.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think one of the things I'm most excited for here is the way we have the pick and ban for the maps going on here is each team bans out maps, taking it in turns, and then the final 2 maps, those are going to be the maps that get played.
Yeah.
So we're going to start to see these maps that we don't see as often in the Go4s, don't see as often in general, such as, I mean, Simon mentioned Chalet is one of the maps that isn't played quite as often. So we're going to start to see some different metas develop. We're going to start to see these kind of unorthodox strategies that we're not necessarily used to seeing or expecting to see. But here we go. Era up against TCM, and we're going to be heading onto the map. We'll see what operators these guys are going to be locking in. So, Chalet first map. What's kind of your diagnosis on this one? How do you think of these lineups?
It's going to be really, really interesting just watching this. I have trouble on this map personally. So it's going to be good seeing like the top level players, how they're going to actually attack this building.
And this is obviously something that these guys are going to have practiced every single map. The way the pick ban works with the maps, you can't be caught off guard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've got kind of like 3 maps that you can ban away, and so long as you're good on the rest of the maps. But you know, there's 5 more maps outside of that, so.
Interesting, they've gone for the lower bombs. I don't think have they gone for the lower bombs?
No, I think they're on the 2nd floor. So. Not, I mean, we
got some nice
how,
play.
Yeah, we see the kind of the parkour drones climbing up into the pipes.
I've seen that stuff. That's awesome.
Some of them as well are very, very difficult to get to those spots. But here we go with the action
Watching
stage.
the peekers.
Yeah. And that's so important. Watching those windows, making sure that you don't kind of
can catch you off guard.
Yeah, it really
down
can
instantly.
And I mean, I've heard a lot of players name that kind of window cheese. I don't personally think it's cheese. I think it's pretty acceptable. Here we go. Thatcher looking to clear away some of the defenses and peeking through those little drone holes as well.
He was seeing if he could see some feet, possibly.
Yeah. So from the attackers here, do you like this kind of spread out strategy they're going for to start off?
You don't
very
want a
slow
tunnel.
start?
You don't want a tunnel. You do want you cause those distractions all over, and it'll be the same with the defense as well. They'll be looking all around the map.
Yeah.
You can't just stay to one place. You can get what is it? Crabbed. You know, pincer movement.
Yeah.
That's the one. Pincer movement. Yeah. So you need to watch out with that. Ooh, interesting.
Nice grenade comes out there.
Yeah.
I think that was thrown in through the window, so really good coordination here.
Yeah, wow, that's really smart. He's looking through the roof to see if he can see anyone up there.
They've managed to pick off a TCM member already as well. And I love the amount of drone use we're seeing here. They keep on popping in, taking out a camera, maybe looking for a couple of pot shots, and then going back to get the drones. The little bit of a firefight is going to go in the way of Era. Here we go. And this is it. They pop in, get a kill, and then back away, slow down the pace, and make sure that they use this man advantage.
I've noticed that they're using the roof and the floor to open this up, which is really interesting. Very, very good map knowledge.
Yeah, and this is kind of the difference that you're going to see in matchmaking to this professional level play, where everybody's going to know every single spot, but that is going to be a kill coming across to TCM, so they're closing up that advantage.
One more and it's even.
Absolutely is.
Guy with a bomb.
That's going to be another one. Acid Rain finds the headshot onto Panics, and that is going to turn it into a 3 versus 3. So suddenly Era not in as much of an advantageous position here.
Yeah. Pushed them out a bit.
And I think Era right now, they need to kind of work out what their strategy is here, work out where they want to go and how they want to push into this one, because they're slowly but surely starting to get picked apart here. And there's another one. Frost.
Just sledge just slowly checking.
The Super 90 on Frost is definitely a weapon to be feared.
Yep.
Proving it in this round. Already 2 kills under his belt.
This guy's with a bomb. These two protecting each other, it looks like.
Yeah.
Because they want to try and push.
And this is going to be super important, is getting those crossfires, making sure that you're covering those different angles.
They've been really cautious. This is important, this part, I think.
Absolutely is. And I mean,
they need to make it.
They're a man down. They've got 20 seconds left on the clock. They don't have a whole lot of time to play with.
See that. Maybe it's the nerves. Could be.
It looks like they're... I mean, they've got to make something happen. They've got to just go for it right now. Looks like they are going to charge on into the room, peeking every corner.
Oh, this is going to be a rush.
It certainly is. And that's going to be the going down. I mean, I feel like that was kind of a... First game on stage, not 100%, kind of lost a couple of players earlier. I mean, they had the advantage. They were 5 versus 3.
I don't even notice in the time.
No, exactly, yeah. And then suddenly you notice, oh no, like 20 seconds left. Actually, we're in trouble here. We need to get this going.
They had a bit of a chance as well in pushing in there. I told you, it's a hard map, this. Maybe if they went round the windows, pushed in that way as well, potentially.
This game as well is, I don't, like, for those of you who haven't been into Rainbow Six as a general leading up to this point, it's a similar concept to kind of CSGO in that you have like 1 life per round, etc., etc. However, there is no economy game like there is in CSGO. So you can't just kind of wait out the round and save your weapon or whatever. You're going to have your weapon at the start of the next
These
round.
have gone lower
let's
this
talk
time.
about defense.
Yeah. This is more of a place I would have thought they would have started. So it's interesting they did go the first floor instead of the bottom, because this is the one you're used to. So but the thing is, because everyone is used to this one, the attack's going to be stronger.
Yeah. And I think one thing as well is that using that basement is also a good way to kind of scout out your opponent. The basement is kind of a very standard defense. You see less kind of unorthodox stuff coming out.
Reinforcing the garage, making sure that's going to be an important part. You do not want to lose that. Once you've got that under control, then you can just work on this wine place here. Near A.
I'm interested to see their kind of their
Okay,
positions once they've set up, like see how they all set up. But I mean, talk me through the compositions that we've got coming out here, the mixes of operators.
Well, we've got a sledge, a thermite, of course, and a Thatcher. I mean, as what is it, Punji said, thermite and Thatcher pretty much needed.
Best mates.
Yeah, they're needed. Without them, you will not be able to break defense. So someone can create like a wall behind them, and they know that's never going to be broken. And it gives them such an advantage. Oh, is he going to break it? He is. Okay, they're in.
Okay. So I mean, this is bad news as well, because you just mentioned garage. This is the part that they have to lock down. They can't afford to lose control of that.
It allows them to pincer movement once again. You do not want that pincer movement because it's two different places you have to watch for. Imagine if you just watch one place. It's a lot more simple. Though there is so many variables in this game. Like, there's so many places you can attack from.
Well, Sledge going to breach on in. It's going to be Storm X, but
he's just behind the wine here. This is pushing to the wine.
Tunisiano does manage to find a headshot with that G2, so he's going to be very happy with that.
Two people in wine there.
They found that.
What's going to happen here?
Here they go, pushing very aggressively forward. They're looking for Undead, who does manage to duck down
very
the last
nice.
second.
Yeah, very nice.
And this is like, we're seeing kind of less headshots that we're used to. This game is usually like 99% headshots. There's another one coming through. Panix is in trouble. Can't quite land the shots though, and he will be able to get away. Second one that's got away from this guy. He goes into downstate.
That's shame, unlucky.
That is,
he had him.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate there.
Yeah.
So here we go, 3 versus 3. So even trades so far. They're still on for this one. Down but not out, still in place. So if anyone can get onto there, Smoke just filling that room with toxic gas though. So that's going to be so hard to push further in. TCM with 2 players remaining. So here. Talk me through what the attackers are thinking here. What's the strategy? Although actually could be in trouble.
Well, they have to push into here with just 2 of them. And there's 3 of them, I believe. There's still a chance. Where's the bomb drop in? Whereabouts is the bomb drop?
I think it's right next to the entrance. They're right next to the hole in the wall there.
If he can get that safe, it's not too bad.
Well, 45 seconds on the clock.
Actually, it's looking like it might be a 1v3.
Someone through the wall there, just like panic spray.
Is this teammate down?
Yeah, it's down but not out, and I think he's actually finally gone down in fully. That's going to be another one, but he does manage to find one. So Lobate is on his own.
Unlucky.
Gets headshot by that SMG, and that, I mean, this is kind of the difficult situation for attackers. When you're in that kind of CQB area and the enemy's got SMG, that rate of fire, the headshots are going to mean so much, and you have so many more bullets to get the headshot with those SMGs.
Yeah, a lot of this game, well, I won't say a lot, but quite a bit is like pre-firing, so getting the headline, kind of understanding where they're going to be, or possibly hearing them, and then going for that pre-fire. Even if you miss, you cause a bit of panic, and maybe they will shoot, give away the position, you know, etc., etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can be a matter of like,
as you see,
if bullets are whizzing past your head, you're like, oh no, they know I'm here. They might actually just be kind of, you know, winging it, trying to get a shot onto someone. And
so both defenses have won, so now they have to change.
Yeah.
So I wonder where they're going to go.
So this is the team that originally didn't go for basement. So I didn't see. It looks like they are going for basement this time. So
it makes sense. There's no reason not to go basement, as I said.
So there's a bit.
Personally, I don't like this basement though.
Well,
I usually do go to the first floor, but it's just so common to go the bottom. I just expected it.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like there's no windows to deal with. I think that's one of the most attractive things about basements on most maps, at least, is your lack of windows. You've got kind of less points of entry to deal with.
As you said before, hunkered down. Like you're bunkered, aren't you? But you can get shot through the roof.
Yeah,
as we have seen.
But at least you can't get shot through the floor as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Slightly less angles.
That's very true. Okay, this is the place where I actually push. This is going towards wine. It's quite nice. It's a nice little push when someone can go garage, someone can maybe go through the middle stairway.
Here we go.
There's about 3 stairs going down here, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, I say there's less points of entry. There's still plenty of ways in.
Wow.
Don't get me wrong.
Garage, 3 part stairs, and I think the other garage is 2 garages.
Yeah. So interesting position in here. We do see one of the attacking players going up towards the 2nd floor there. So don't know whether he's going to change the plan and go back down. But the drone's driving around.
He's looking for Romans. He's possibly looking for Romans. Because again, like if you have one roamer and you're all focused and you're going down and this roamer just gets behind you all.
Well, Panix has found someone. El Tunisiano, say that 5 times fast, is...
It's spraying there just to make sure.
Yeah, and this is...
Go.
Going to be able to blow that wall apart. This is one of the things about this game as well, is you can go for those kind of wild sprays through a wall, and if you know where the cam spots are, there are a lot of pre-fire spots that you can go for.
Chances are there's going to at least be one person in there. It's near the bomb. You need to say to your teammates, look, someone's coming. So, yeah.
Look at this drone as well. He spotted 3 people there, so that is going to be huge for this attack. He knows where to look for. And look at this, we see him like laid underneath that spot. He's waiting for that chance to peek. Acid Rain.
It's actually a pulse as well, so he will be able to see them if he puts out the gadget. The gadget does allow him to see through walls.
So, we'll talk about this after the round properly, but Pulse, I feel like used to be so strong in the alpha build.
I think it's
was
still quite
terrifyingly strong. Obviously not quite as ridiculous in the current build, but definitely a whole lot of merit if you can use it correctly. Twitch actually getting a kill with the drone there.
Just peeked back.
But that's the thing about this game, the headshots. If you peek for a second and you miss your shot, you are going to be going down. These players,
a bit more of a haul.
They're not shy on landing those shots.
Guy's got a good idea where he is. Shoot him near enough right at him.
And the health bars, look at the health bars for TCM up in the top right of your screen. You can see Rook flashing on about 1 HP. That's going to be him going down, in fact.
One left.
Smoke as well drops, and it's going to be LMs.
One left. Can you do it?
Find 2.
Is it Pulse?
Pulse is going to be looking for the 1 versus 4 clutch. He's got his work cut out. I'd love to see it from Pulse's point of view right now, going for the clutch. Did manage to find 1. Finds 2, in fact, gets the headshot. And now it's all cut out for him. Sledge moving on into the site.
Where's the bomb? They've dropped the bomb near him. They've dropped the bomb near him.
He's got complete control, but he is going to be taken down in the end. So good call out. Good communication coming out from the attackers there. They're kind of like, okay, Acid Rain is here. We know where the guy is. Just play it as a team. Don't do anything stupid, and we still win this round.
It that way, especially with that bomb drop.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a scary bomb drop.
That's one of the things that you see a lot in matchmaking in this game. Is kind of, okay, we're 4 versus 1, no problem whatsoever. Let's just charge him. We'll just find the last guy. But the thing is, if he gets 1 bullet on each of you, if it's in the head, he wins the round. So you can't afford to just do silly things.
If there's 2 of you just going through like a doorway, bam, bam.
Exactly.
It's just over.
It's all about lining up those crossfires. It's all about getting it so that if your teammate dies, you're there to trade that kill.
Yes.
Go 1 for 1.
Yes,
that's the important thing here, and especially if you get that first kill.
Okay,
but
they've gone to the same place as TCM, right?
I believe this is floor up. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken there. I think this is the 3rd floor rather than the basement. Oh, no,
this is the first one. This is where I go when I play this game.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Kitchen and here, but I can't remember, were the others here from the first round?
We're still kind of new to the spectator, like top-down view ourselves, so it's kind of like translating the first-person view into the top-down view. It's like trying to familiarize.
It is interesting though. I do like this.
It's cool to see the map from a different perspective, because you can see kind of, the peak holes, the murder holes from first-person perspective, but it's cool to see it from this top-down view.
45 the wall near A, looking towards the stairs. I think they've left 1 gap open where you can possibly make a murder hole, a kill hole, whatever you want to call it. Give you a bit of line of sight onto stairway if they do go from the top.
But then that's one of those things, isn't it? If you go for that murder hole, it's kind of obvious where you're peeking from, unless you kind of make a few holes. And I mean, you were telling us about kind of writing something on the wall in murder holes so that it catches people's attention.
Just make it like more holes than 1, definitely. Because if it's just 1 hole, you're just going straight anyway, aren't you?
I think it was Derek was talking to us yesterday, and he was saying one of his friends likes to write something in murder holes on the wall, and it catches people's eyes, and then suddenly you're shooting from the murder hole that's down in the bottom little corner. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or just like hi or a smiley face or something. It like distracts the opponent, and then you get that upper hand. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And there we go. Drone's going to be denied.
Okay, so they're pushing through the bedroom. This is usually where a few people do push. I get them from here. That's where I look for. I'm pretty sure these are out aiming though.
Oh, nice little wall bang coming through there.
Yeah, you probably heard him.
And that's kind of like just crosshair control, knowing where to be looking, knowing where to put your crosshair, and you know that these walls are going to be shot through, and you know that if you find the head, you are going to find that kill.
They're fractured through the reinforcement, so they can look into here now. They're in an okay position. If they can take this.
Nice quick kill onto LMs. Actually going to use grenade launcher. Did manage to connect a kill in the end there. Finds an enemy on the stairs, and he's going to be able to get him while reloading. So Frost goes down as well, but it's 3 versus 2 now, trading back and forth across the map here. And I like the consistent use of drones from the attackers. We don't just see it at the start of the round and then kind of wing it. We see that consistently.
It gives too good
being
intel.
used.
Too good intel. Okay, so they have kind of lost B in a sense with that haul. Very scary.
Yeah, it is
2v3 though.
Long-range defense here on B. If they can kind of just cover that area with rifle fire, with suppressor fire. Actually, Panic's already down to about 1 HP. He is not in a good situation right there.
If they can take Panics, they probably can push B.
And that's, I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think that was his last smoke charge as well. So this might be their way into the B site right now.
If they can get the plan for him.
This will be the first attacking round that we see win.
Panic.
It is going to be smoke going down.
So. Oh dear, yeah.
Doc last man remaining here. He's on the retake.
Okay.
So, talk me through, if you're Doc in this situation, talk me through kind of your thought process. How do you tackle this kind of scenario?
Oh, well, just like any operator, it's 3v1. You can self-revive. That's something you have. You're probably not going to be able to because they will, yeah.
Not if they get a headshot, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if they just shoot your body, they'll shoot you when you're on the floor. Yeah. It's 3 of them.
It depends on where, like, if you've got good cover, then maybe you can get that.
It was a good idea to stay in that bomb place because potentially they could have pushed from there. But if he was at the other bomb, he could have possibly helped his teammate a bit more. But, you know, it's hindsight.
Okay, so there we go. It's 2-2 on the board. So I think I told a lie earlier. I think both attacking sides have won a round now as well. So they've both won, one on attack and one on defense, I believe.
Interesting. It's almost like they're adapting.
Yeah, so we are going to see this floor once again. So only 2 spawn points again for the defenders at least we've been seeing used. So I mean, yeah, talk me through how the defenders are setting up here.
Well, they're reinforcing that wall there because, as you saw, that's where they broke through. Because you see this corridor, kind of where he's reinforcing there, just outside of there. You have to push through there if you can't break through that wall. And that corridor is like, well, there's so many doors looking towards it. You can just shoot them. It's kind of like they're just in like a. Almost like a conga line, you know. Yeah. It's just really easy to shoot. So you do want to break through there. You can go through the windows on the outside, which did they do that last round? You can push around there.
If they did, it was only like one guy. We didn't see it on the.
And obviously the kitchen window, you can look through there as well. It's a very cheeky little spot. You can pick a few people off without recognizing if you don't look there constantly.
Okay, so
just running around getting some intel.
Seeing a lot of Jaeger used here from TCM. Not really seen as much Bandit as I was expecting, really, because Bandit can be like really effective in denying Thermite being able to get anything down.
Just making not committing to that yet, just making some noise.
Yeah, kind of like finding a way
just
in.
Really cautious, yeah.
I think nearly peaked with the grenade launcher there, which would have been bad news. Did manage to swap out in the end there.
He broke through the door trying to bait someone, and then broke through the place looking at where hopefully someone would bait us. Yeah. Just like these little things, just to quickly push, but safer.
That's one of the things that really separates kind of the wheat from the chaff in this game as well, is knowing the spots that you have to peek, knowing that when you've gone through this wall, this is where they're going to be. This is where I need to find the headshot, and being ready to look there immediately.
And time management.
Exactly. So it's not reaction. It's kind of proactive aiming, pre-firing, and knowing those spots.
Okay, still 5-5. Been a bit slower. There's a window open. Ooh. That's what I mean, the windows there, you need to watch out.
Interesting spot though.
That is, I've never seen
on top of the car, zero cover whatsoever. So if you get caught out there, you are
I didn't know you could shoot through that window. So I would have just peeked and just died. But yeah, they'll probably know about that.
Much kind of, that's a good pick out of error here. So the attackers with a slight advantage here, finding the headshot onto Acid Rain.
Wonder where he killed him from.
And again, this is what we saw in the first round out of these guys, was kind of this slow, calculated push, but TCM are going to answer that one. Going to be able to even things up with that MP5 kill onto Undead.
Nice.
So we go for the spot, and this is what we were talking about, trading those kills. It's so crucial.
So
they found each other going for the wall bang. Does make a hole.
Very close.
Another trade across the map. Almost 2 versus 3 now, in fact.
Twitch is there. They both know each other's there. Who's going to win it?
There it is.
Very nice. Very quick.
And that's one of the beautiful things about this F2 as well.
It's only him.
So Twitch, he's in a 1 versus 2. Not unwinnable. Not unwinnable by any stretch, especially.
I wonder if he's got the other drone, because he'll get some more intel with Twitch. Twitch gets a separate drone. You get 3 in total. So I wonder if they have 1 more drone.
This is going to be taking the diffuser, not in the greatest of spots for him. He's going to have to try and find his way to that.
15 seconds to go. Free firing. He's got 14 seconds.
Yeah, I'm
Where's
not
the
sure.
bomb?
I think TCM.
Yeah,
I mean, TCM are going to find the kill, but honestly, TCM, they could have just played that safe. They could have just run away from him. So long as they know where the diffuser is, he only has 13 seconds to plant the bomb. Like, that's not enough time. But nice little corner peek comes out there.
Yeah, they were at advantage. He had to come. He had to come fast as well.
When it suddenly says 20 seconds remaining, you're not allowed to sneak around anymore. You just got to run for it. And they're going to hear you clunking through the corridors. They're going to hear you coming
I think you're walking through
away.
barbed wire. It's really, really loud.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go.
We're looking now. I think. Wait. Yeah, okay.
Interesting that they're going for Ash and Sledge.
Yeah, I mean, you can. They're both really good at breaching. Personally, I just think you need one Ash, one Sledge, but I mean, these are the pros, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they know more. I mean, yeah, it's breaching. You can breach a lot of places really fast, so it makes sense. It does.
Yeah, and also kind of opens up the avenue to go for multiple entrances at the same time. You're not relying on just that one person to kind of do the most of your breaching, at least.
Yeah.
Bandit going to be coming out here for Era.
Looks like they've gone bottom again.
Looking to deny that thermite. So we're seeing Smoke, Doc, and Rook, and Jaeger. Those are kind of our top 4 defending operators so far. We're kind of seeing
sense. Rook gives you more armor.
Yeah, and Doc as well. You kind of
Doc is nice.
Doc and Rook is kind of like the Thatcher and Thermite combo. It's kind of those two go hand in hand.
Jaeger is quite important. I'd say a mute and a banditor as well, just to stop that Thatcher, to stop Thermite. Sorry. Because Thermite could just go through without, if you don't use the mute or the bandit, they could just Thermite through like this.
Yeah, they are going to do so as well. Looks like they're going to be able to get away with that one.
Yeah, straight in. It's weird that they're not doing the thing. Go.
Very quick on the mark as well. Not kind of beating around the bush, just going, okay, we need to breach garage. We need to open this up for later. But that is going to be Elemsja opening the map up, but traded straight on back by Tunisiano. Excellent name. He's found him up the stairs. Gets the spray, but can't land the headshot. Nice. Enemy picks him off.
Look his health. Wow,
yeah, that was
clutch.
That was too close for comfort. That's fair to say. But I mean, like, had a single one of those bullets landed the headshot, that would have been a really nice 2-piece coming out for him.
Yeah.
Well, that turns it into a 4 versus 3 in favour of the attackers here. Oh, the defenders, sorry.
Yeah, they still know there's a roamer up there, though, and that's really scary. You need to get rid of him.
But actually, this is kind of looking dicey right now for Era, because they're a round down. They're 1 round away from defeat. They've got to tie this up. They've got to make this 3-3.
But yep.
We'll see. I mean, they still have the advantage right now. And the defenders, I mean, typically, if you've got that man advantage and you can get your crossfires going, cover each other, make sure you trade kills. If you're trading 1-for-1 and you're a man up, you automatically win. Like, that is a winning scenario. So we'll see whether they can...
Have they dropped the bomb on purpose, or did they die with it?
I'm not 100% sure, but they have picked it up again, so they're obviously
they might have just dropped it,
aware of the situation. I think maybe dropping it so that they can go in and check somewhere more dangerous and not drop the bomb somewhere where they're really going to kind of screw themselves over later.
Coming in through the garage. As I said, it's a nice place to come.
Trying to find his way in, and this is kind of, they set this up
earlier.
earlier.
Some people around here. Well, there is some people.
Looking for the headshots. You can see, obviously we can see the silhouettes through the walls.
Yeah, you obviously can't see that.
Yeah, they can't see that. But that's going to turn it into a 3 versus 3. Acid Rain manages to find a pick, so TCM looking to maybe turn this into their first victory of the Pro League, and indeed the first victory of the Pro League. This is best of 2, so there will be a second map as well. But Undead finds another one, so Era again with the advantage, but he's traded straight back across. 2 versus 1 now. Ash, the last man remaining, he's looking for Undead. Charges into the room, finds the headshot, looks for a second one. Panari just walks on in, gets 2 headshots, and just wipes them out.
He's like, you know what? Just go for it. Just go for it. Wow.
Now that's how you make an entrance in style. That was
nice. Well done, well done.
Fair play to that man. That was.
You just feel it sometimes, you know.
And that's, again, we mentioned this before. The kind of last 20 seconds, you're like, okay, we've got to make a move right now. It's going to make it 2-4. Looks like it is first to 5 here.
Ah, yeah, okay, interesting.
So. But again, 4-2. That is a heavy advantage right now. It's going to be Era really. Push as well. I mean, Analyst Desk was kind of saying Era, they've been looking really good in the Go-Fours. This is definitely kind of a heavy hitting team. This is one of our guys that we've got to look out for here. But TCM so far looking absolutely phenomenal.
But
this could be a matter of like Chalet being a really good map for them.
It could be.
That's one of the things on this game. Is there's a lot of different strategies.
I know
for
about
maps.
TCM, you know, from other games, and I had a feeling like they would like do well. I just had that kind of feeling.
Yeah, and one of the things as well is like, I mean, Era are definitely a very strong contender.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In the last Go4 number 4, they beat the G-Bots, who are kind of one of our dark horse teams here in the tournament. And they lost to Penta, who went on to win the entire tournament.
They're like the ones who everyone's saying are going to do really well, aren't they, Penta?
Penta are definitely one of our favourites.
Yeah.
But again, the thing is, there hasn't been that much competitive Rainbow just yet. We've had a fairly major patch recently as well. So there's a whole lot of factors coming into play here.
And you know, it's
exactly,
no delay, so
I mean, especially if you've only played
throwing a grenade through there to break the bandit or the mute, so you can do that.
And take a look at that. So that's going to mean that Thatcher doesn't have to be there, so they can send Thatcher elsewhere. Thatcher is going to be there anyway, so just kind of
just in case.
Yeah.
It's just in case.
Maybe saving those EMP grenades for later as well.
There's a lot of things you can do. That's the beautiful thing about this game. There's loads of ways to attack. There's loads of ways to defend. Not anything. Literally nothing is bulletproof. Everything can be broken into.
And I love that this is kind of now. This is Era's last chance for this map. They've got to make this work. They've got to get towards that tying point because they've still got. Essentially, they need three rounds ahead of them in a row.
Thatcher's pushing around to probably push into Wine with him to help him out. Sledge and Thatcher, it looks like. Yeah, like it's reinforced so that he's going to try to get through there.
This is one of the nice things about Sledge as well, is you can just quickly pop a wall, jump on through, and go for this kind of flank. It's very easy to do, very quick to do as well.
Can't go through these walls though, these are reinforced. That's why the Thatcher's come in with him. It's very smart. Look, boom, puts the hole in. Very nice.
So there we go. That's going to be Thermite blowing this one wide open. And that's going to give them... this is the thing as well. One of the things that is kind of underestimated is you don't necessarily have to use that hole, but it means that the enemy have to be checking that. That is now...
Yeah, that's true.
That's a new doorway. That's a new point of entry that they have to watch out for. Nice little drone here is going to spot out.
3 of them in there, is there?
Yeah. He's well aware of that. He's going to get the frag grenade in there. But enemy looking for this kill onto Acid Rain, who's just hiding out in this corner. He knows he's not in a great spot. He's going to be calling out for his teammates to try and get cover fire.
The Jaeger just got it. He threw a grenade.
Did he get it though? Leo Bait.
Jaeger trapped.
Acid Rain. They know exactly where he is.
No one dare speak.
Oh my goodness, this is tense. This is it. But Panari again, one of our big players coming out here. 3v5 defenders winning this one out. 4 versus 2 now. They're turning this one into something else. Panari again with a headshot coming out. There's going to be just Ash remaining. He's going to look to try and pick up that. Oh, it's actually an enemy. In fact, Panari does finish off the round though. Panari again with 3 kills on the scoreboard at the end of that round.
Yeah.
That's TCM.
Feeling it.
5-2 right there. And just look at that scoreboard. Panari, 11 kills. First game with the Pro League, and he's in double digits. That is how you make a statement right there.
Yeah, very nice. Well done.
There we go. First map going over to TCM. So fantastic entrance into the Pro League. Obviously, previously, the Wise, I believe they were called, going through the Go4s, did get picked up by TCM. And I mean, you mentioned earlier, TCM, a pretty big brand within
well, I know of them. Yeah, I don't know too much about all the pro scene and things like that, but if I remember a name, I'm pretty sure
it's kind of like TCM, Epsilon, Penta. These are your brands that you see around kind of picking up these teams that are coming into the newer esports and trying to make their mark. And TCM definitely one of these teams that has been around a long time, been around a lot of years. They know the scene, they know esports, and definitely a good brand to be behind.
I love that push though. I love that push.
So let's, that was
really nice.
I love the.
Do you want to take it slow? Do you want to go really fast?
It was like,
and it's just that feeling you get. It's going to work, and it just does. It's a nice feeling that.
It was like the flank from Sledge, but in the end, just not enough to break that kind of lockdown they had going. But let's talk about the second map then. We're going to be heading on to Oregon.
Yeah.
So obviously, the way, in case you missed it earlier, the way the map ban system works is each team gets 3 bans. You can ban out the 3 maps that you are least comfortable on, or you feel that your opponent is most comfortable on. So because of that ban system, we could well see kind of the less popular maps coming out more often than you would necessarily expect.
We probably will, I think, yeah.
I'm curious to see whether we do see anyone going crazy and going for Yacht. If they don't feel like they want to ban it, and then the other team doesn't, or playing, I mean, Yacht and playing are fairly similar playstyle because it's so linear, the shape of the map.
They are in kind of corridors. Plane's ridiculous though.
Yeah,
it's like
I mean,
just
Yacht is
free,
less so. Yacht is definitely less
Yeah,
so.
I can see similarities with them. Yacht does seem like it'll be very, very hectic and scary because there's a lot of wall banging places.
A lot of like ways around.
Yeah, and it's still new. It still is quite a new map.
It's the fact that it's a very thin map as well, so you can kind of jump out one side or like you can get the whole way across from one side to the other side of the map very, very quickly. And that's something very difficult. And also, you can go over the entire yacht. Let's remember, there's a whole roof area that doesn't have a bomb site or anything, but if you're an attacker, you can go up in one side, make a bunch of noise, sneak over the roof and get in the other side.
Kind of can do that with the plane as well, I think, from the top with the servers. The Origin will be interesting. I picked up a bit of tips from that map.
And this is the thing as well, because this is kind of the first real step into professional play for Rainbow Six, especially for Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know necessarily so much about pro scenes for previous titles, but you can see TCM here, like, they clearly have strategies on lockdown. They were talking their strats, they were talking kind of what they need to be doing going into this map. And I'm interested to see whether we see similar operators coming into this map, whether we see different. Yeah, they are just going to quickly restart this one, so we'll be underway in just a couple of moments.
Frost.
Yeah, so Frost.
I like Frost.
Not seeing Buck so much as Frost. So the two new operators. I mean, just talk to me in general about these two new operators. How do you feel they've kind of changed the game?
People have told me Frost shotgun is really, really strong.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, are they using a shotgun?
We have seen a few Super 90 kills coming in.
That's probably why they're using the shotgun. Yeah.
So the Penta recruit strat coming out. I don't know if the maybe the reset hasn't happened here, or I don't know whether this is actually a strategy. I don't think that it is.
All recruits? Yeah, no, it's just restart.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we are going to go for the restart. I was just double checking that one.
I do like Frost.
I don't want to get hyped about a 5 recruit strat if it's going to be the restart. Yeah. Oh my goodness, the riot shield's coming out. Here we go.
Amazing. Get your notepads.
Yeah. But no, okay, we are going to see the restart. So I would have been a little bit. I don't know. I mean, TCM coming into the second round with something crazy like that, that is how you kind of make your mark on the Pro League right there. That's how you build up a fan base straight from the get-go right there. And I mean, this is it as well for the teams. You kind of want to go for something maybe a little unorthodox, maybe something off the wall, because a lot of these teams, this is going to be their first step into any kind of competitive play. So this is where you need to start to speak to the fans and start to build up a fan base. You want to be the team that everyone wants to follow. You want to be the TSM of Rainbow Six, you know? You want to be that fanatic. You want to be one of these big names.
It's definitely a starting point to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it could turn, you know.
If you can have a fantastic start to the season, if you can be at the top of that scoreboard, not dropping maps, then you're going to be in a fantastic spot to build up that kind of repertoire.
I bet it's a very exciting time for the teams right now.
For sure. And you can see kind of the concentration on their faces as well. They're well aware of the seriousness.
Well, you saw a bit of the nerves as well, didn't you, with the aim? Like, the guy definitely had him, and it was like...
Yeah, when he was looking up the stairs.
No, when it was in wine, and he peeked, he was shooting at him, but he was like kind of shaky.
Yeah.
It's nerves, man.
And that's the thing. I would say, I think... I don't quote me on this. I think all but one of these players has not played on stage before. I believe one of the players is like NX World of Tanks Pro.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
So he has played on stage.
Or,
I'm not 100% sure which player it was.
Okay.
I just kind of heard whisperings of it. So
okay, there we go.
Here we go. Let's take a look at these.
Thermite,
similar again, pretty much.
So we've got Rook, Frost, Smoke, Doc, and Pulse.
Basically, the differences we've seen. Okay, actually, Fuse going to be coming out.
Oh, we got Buck.
Okay. Let's wait until they actually lock it in, because I'm not sure whether they're going to keep this one in. But Pulse and Bandit seem to be the two defenders that keep getting swapped about. Whether you go for those kind of the batteries to make the walls or the wires like shock, or whether you want to go for the scanner, or the cardiac scanner, I believe it's called.
Yeah. Pulse is a very good roamer, but you can use him in defense and just give that kind of, you know where they're coming from, you can call it, and you know where to look.
So we are going to see the book locked in here for TCM.
So is this, the bomb site looks like it's the bottom?
Yeah, it's going to be the basement again.
Laundry, I believe.
Laundry room, yeah.
Interesting place.
Gonna try and clean up the clothes and also clean up the series against Era.
Reinforcing the breach marks.
Yeah, so Raven going to be looking to go for that roaming role as well with the Pulse. Going to be destroying that barricade so we can get elsewhere into the map.
Here we go.
Here we go with the attackers, just getting rid of those cameras, making sure that's not an issue for them.
One's already down.
Wow. So
it would have been a window peak.
That is how you start off a round right there. That is going to be Aero with a fantastic lead to this round. But I'm really intrigued to see how they use Buck here, how they use his shotgun attachment on his gun, whether they use it kind of for combat or just for blowing walls.
A lot of recoil on that gun as well. Probably blowing walls, as you said, by the way.
Because, I mean, there's kind of multiple aspects to it, because like you say, with all shotguns you can blow those massive holes in walls, and that can not only like give you a way through the wall but also give you ways to shoot through the walls. But as well with Buck's shotgun specifically, you can swap to that so fast from your primary. So if you're in a firefight and you run out of ammo, they have to reload or swap to pistol, you can immediately bring out essentially a second primary weapon.
Interesting. I wonder why he's fusing through. He just thermited a random. Are they down? Yeah, they're upstairs. Okay.
Sure, so
trying
to find their way into the map here, and I think TCM are already kind of sweating for this round because they're already a man down. They know that they're at the disadvantage, so they've got to find. They have to make themselves an advantage right now.
It looks like they're just trying to make loads of holes to look down on.
Well, I mean, this is a fantastic thing for them to do because suddenly there isn't as much of a stronghold for the enemy, but it is going to be enemy with a double kill. That's Super 90 coming into play that we were talking about at the start of the round.
You need to get rid of them Romas, they're too important.
But
this guy's waiting for him.
Yeah.
He wants him. You want
and it's Panari again. This is going to be... He's been one of the star players, really, for TCM. He's not spotted him, though. He's going to get taken down. Nice little camp out there by enemy. Hiding behind the bed.
It's just... They're all just coming to him because you need to get rid of the Roma. It's just going to go behind you if you don't.
And that is just... Enemy has done absolute work for his team this game.
That's how good a Roma can be.
Yeah.
You know? Spanner in the works. It really is.
Absolutely is.
They were all like, right, we're going this way. Oh, wait, there's a Roma.
I mean, you say spanner in the works. TCM in that first game felt like a well-oiled machine. 5-2 was the final score. But no matter how well-oiled you are, if there is that spanner, it is going to cause issues. That is going to be one kill coming out for Lobade. So it's in a 1 versus 3 now. I mean, but the thing is, with this ACOG, if you can land those headshots, if you can make it happen, you can do these kind of clutches, but...
What he's doing right now is he's trying to bait the Roma to come down, so he's going to be firing down, looking up, firing down, looking up.
He hasn't got long,
to get rid of that Roma.
25 seconds.
He's going for it. He's just
dropping into the basement, looking for the headshot. He's going to find it.
If he can get in this guy, if he gets this guy, the Roma's left. Go on, man. Oh, okay.
I think he wasn't expecting the middle of the room right there. He was expecting over in the corner. You saw him like look towards the corner of the room. Here he is, undead, just waiting.
That's quick. Yeah, they got some good aims, man.
And that was a really nice kind of preemptive play coming out from Undead, because instead of just hiding in a corner like his opponent was expecting, he goes out into the middle of the room where they're not going to instantly peek out, and that gives you kind of... It's like hiding in plain sight. While you're not hidden, you're not where they expect you to be.
Yeah, yeah. No, I liked how he just went for the point. He knew the Roma were there, but he's like, wait, I'm wasting too much time on this, so I'm just going to go for it. He went for it, went for the perfect time, made really good plays. If he got that guy, the Roma will have been in the disadvantage. So it was nice. I liked that. It was nice.
As we head into round 2 then, TCM with one game on the board. They're going for a different defense strategy to what we see out of Aero. And this is something we're seeing out of TCM. They seem to much prefer this Bandit, and they love to go for the Jaeger. I don't think we've seen TCM use the Pulse yet, which is something that Aero have been all over.
You won't be able to use, you need to pick which ones suit your playstyle, suit your tactics.
No Doc as well, which is kind of, we saw on the first map, I don't think we saw Doc last round either, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not sure. Doc is nice.
We've not really seen any of his gadget coming into play, though.
That's what I was going to say. You get headshots so much at high level. So you're pretty much using Doc is when your teammate gets wallbanged or you get wallbanged or something, and you luckily kind of get away from them.
Or if it's like one of these Super 90 kills, because like while Asher's shotgun is fantastic at taking these kills, because of the nature of a shotgun, that spread fire, you can't guarantee those headshots. So you do sometimes see that Super 90 dropping people
also,
into that down but not
good
out.
Armor as well. You do get good armor with the medic. I believe it's free.
And that's the power of that Rook-Doc combination as well. You're much more likely to get down with the armor coming out from Rook than you are if you don't have that at all.
Just looking... Oh, someone's gone down.
Again with the So obviously Oregon kind of one of these maps that allows that very early aggression to come out from the defenders. And this is the exact same scenario we saw in the last game, except role reversal right now. So we'll see how Era managed to take this one. It turned out to be an incredibly close round for TCM regardless. It was, I think, 2 people remaining in the end.
Yep, and if he took it, it could have...
And it was a 1 versus 4, so...
He could have swung, yeah.
Very fair play to, I believe it was, I want to say Acid Rain.
Thermite through just to break some holes.
Here we go.
Making sure it's all safe. It doesn't look like... Do they have a roamer?
I can't see.
No, I can't tell.
Currently on the overlay, but...
Because usually you're roaming upstairs or, you know, maybe you're meeting.
And that's something that we see fairly often from Jaeger as well. Jaeger typically seems to be one of the better roamers.
Where this guy is? Yeah. This is where the roamer would be to stop you doing this, because it's a nice little, you get this nice little kind of point of view.
So many different angles to look out for.
Well, he can look right down these stairs from all the way upstairs from blowing that hole.
Interesting decision from Twitch there. Use the drone to try and tag that player. I feel like you maybe wanted to just try and... It doesn't quite find anyone. Good effort.
It was, yeah.
Fair play.
Takes him down. Oh, no, traded.
So, I believe they're going to be able to pick him back up again as well. So,
yeah, they've got this. They've got this on
Panic
lockdown.
finds one though.
This place here is on lockdown.
Yeah, Tunisiano is going to go down there. So 4 versus 4 now.
Jaeger's just got that. Jaeger's just got that.
That is, yeah.
No more smoke.
Never mind. Never mind. Oh, he's got another. There we go. Finally gets one through.
Did it? Nice.
But I never remember quite what the cooldown is on Jaeger's.
Someone just went down.
Yeah, Lobade again. Lobade was the guy that was clutching last round as well. Finds another headshot, so he's going pretty big in this round. Pretty big in this game, in fact. Obviously a map that he's very comfortable on. But there we go, another kill coming out for Aaron. It's going to be 3 versus 3. But the defender's health bar's already blinking red here. Nice. That's going to be one for Revan. He's looking for the second, waiting for the peak.
No. What is he? Wait, did it? What happened?
Okay, I'm not sure. He was going to go for the plant in the end there. I think he maybe thought he already had the bomb. He ran out of time, though. Isn't going to be able to get that plant down. I think he was going to go for the peak.
Did he run out of time?
Going to go for... Yeah, he ran out of time while he was planting there, I think.
Are you sure?
I think the timer ran out while he was planting.
I won't even look at the time.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought...
But yeah, so... I believe that's now 1-1. So both defenders winning out. But I really feel like TCM had a more convincing attack as well. Like, even though it ended up in like 1 versus 4, Lobade just really pulled it out of the bag and just went kind of, I don't care if I'm 1 versus 4, I'm going to be able to pull this back. I'm going to be able to make a mark on this round. And it's not just necessarily about those round wins specifically. If you find that 4 versus 1 in your favor and they turn that into a 2 versus 1 by the end of the round, that's really going to kind of knock your confidence coming into the next one. But
looks like they've gone bedroom.
Yeah, so different. I don't think we've seen this one yet in the game.
No.
So obviously kind of the roof entrance, roof access on this one as well.
There'll be probably some peekers as well. They're going to board this corridor up because you can go from the tower and break through this way, and once again it's another place to push from. Yeah, it's interesting to see where they will come from, because there's a lot of windows in the bedroom. So possibly someone's going to be pushing upstairs. They might still try that corridor, and there will be at least a few, maybe one, looking through the windows.
So look at Enemy here. He's going to obviously be the roamer here.
Yeah, definitely.
Waiting way away in that shower room. Going to have that
get away from the drones.
Scanner.
You get away from the intel of drones. Why would they search there? They wouldn't.
Exactly.
So,
so if you can avoid detection, you are going to be in a fantastic spot, especially as Pulse, because you're going to be able to find your opponents.
So he's looking into a really dangerous place. That's usually where I attack.
And as well, that's kind of scary, because he peeked up with that grenade launcher out.
It doesn't look like there's anyone in this room except to the very left, and that's a very common place, that left. I wonder if he's in the room or if he's in the room to the left of it.
I think he's in the next room, but I can't. It's hard to tell with just
someone. Oh, look at.
Down already. And this is a big hitter as well. Panari has been a huge impact player coming out for TCM.
They haven't killed him. If he goes there, someone might be able to get him, because they might not want to peek him.
But this is going to be the thing as well. It's kind of like
yeah,
so Storm going to be able to get onto the scene.
They
I would have maybe liked to see a bit more of an aggressive play coming out from Era there. When you've got him in downside, you know that somebody is going to try and pick him up. You know that they have to go for that. So if you can cover that, if you can be in a good spot to deny that, you can.
It looks like that guy's on camera. For just grenade out.
Quite possibly.
Oh, he gets him. Headshot. Nice.
So Elens I don't know quite how to say that name. Elems, I'm going to go with. Or I'm just going to call him Elem, yeah, or Elems. But it's going to be, as I say, 1-1 on the board. But again, the attackers are man down. This is a really common theme that we're seeing, is the attackers lose that first man. It was almost 2 men down as well. They did manage to find one trade.
He's just trying to get that little peek. But he knows he's doing that, so he's like, nope, I'm just going to chill here.
Yeah, he's just like, why on earth would I peek this?
Flashed in.
Oh, here we go. Go for the James Bond style kill, and he's going to find the headshot.
Very, very nice. Okay, he's in.
Acid is raining down the pain right there. Nisiano as well, going to find a kill. That's going to be low bait, and suddenly they blow this wide open. That's going to be 4 men from Era going down.
Like
and suddenly it's only smoke remaining.
Gets the bomb down.
He's going to get one into downstate. He's going to get the bomb down.
1v4.
Here we go. Smoke, I mean, he's certainly got his work cut out. Ash going to finally get this down. El Chinesiano is down, but not out.
Where is Smoke? Oh, there he is, okay.
In that next room.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, nice little kill out of Panics.
There we go, nice.
It is going to be Panics on that Smoke. He's going to find a second one.
Come on.
If he can turn this into more, he's turned it into a 1 versus 1. This is going to be Panics on the clutch right
Where's
now.
The last guy?
I don't know where Thatcher is. I don't know how close he is, but he's going to go straight for the defuse. He's not even waiting for the rope. He's going to find it. He gets the headshot. Beautiful 1 versus 4 clutch coming out of Panics.
I'm so happy that we got to see that from his point of view as well. Thank God.
What a round out of Era. Panics stepping up to it. Look how happy they are. I don't think they expected to win that round. That was some clutch play coming out, and that's the kind of play that we're looking for in the Pro League right now.
This is what we're supposed to be doing. Let's do this now.
Yeah, and that's the power as well of that SMG. He comes in, and this is kind of one of the big reasons why Smoke is even picked, is the power of that SMG.
I do love Smoke.
And interestingly as well, Red Dot not coming in instead of the ACOG. We see a lot of ACOG on that.
Yeah, I use Triangle. Apparently, it's just preference, I think.
I'm a big fan of the Hollow myself.
Yeah. See, preference is complete preference.
It's kind of one of those like different styles, and it's one of those where the ACOG is fantastic if you know where you're looking for. If you know the exact spot you want to peek every single time, the ACOG with the magnification is going to be perfect.
I'd say ACOG's better if you're a bit slower player. Like, not really slow, but just a bit slower. And I'd say
it does take longer to scope in.
Yeah, the closer it is, the more Twitch kind of things you can do.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, and you mentioned Twitch. I mean, F2 on Twitch, you almost always want to go for either that reflex sight or the Hollow or the Red Dot, one of these close range sights, because your rate of fire is too quick to go for anything long range, really.
Is this bedroom again?
It is bedroom ballistics, yeah, I think. Oh, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is bedroom. There's the roof access again there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, so they're going to try bedroom.
Yeah, so instantly taking out those cameras, and that is so important. In case any of you guys are not big Siege players yourselves, obviously the defenders have some CCTV cameras, but look at that out of Era. This time it's going to be them taking the early kill on the attacking side. Yeah. So this is everything flipped on its head to what we're used to seeing here.
Again, we're seeing the adaptation. Yeah. It's changed, and again, they're adapting.
Like, okay, this is where the defenders came for the early kill last time. Let's preempt this. Let's be ready for him to come charging down this corridor and pick up that kill. Here we go. Slow and steady.
So there is someone this round. There is someone up there. And he has a feeling. You do get a lot of kind of hunches.
I feel like the first 60 seconds of each round is very much kind of a slow and steady wins the race, because if you're the ones just charging in, making all the noise, getting spotted by the cameras and things, it's so hard to ever win out that
He didn't know where you were then.
I don't think it was expected to go on top of the cupboard.
Okay, so he's doing a little intel.
Yeah.
As I said, that window's nice. That window is nice to push from, but people do expect it. So
that's for the uninitiated. That is the Twitch drone as well. Yeah. So you're going to be able to use the little taser on that. It does 10 damage per hit onto players, but it also removes gadgets. Spray coming on through, but denied by a bit of scenery there. Just desperately trying to crawl away. I don't think he's going to get away with this one though. Gets down the ladder. It's going to be Frost, and that's going to be the knife to finish him off.
Okay.
I'll finish her off, I suppose, if it's Frost.
Was she down?
Yeah, when it's downstate the bottom of the ladder, I think. Or down but not out, sorry.
I didn't think she was downward. I thought she was trying to crawl away.
She was at the top, I think, and then I think he sprayed him while I jumped down the ladder.
I noticed they're dropping the diffuse and then picking up and dropping the diffuse. It's quite interesting, because you don't want to push too far in and then drop it somewhere really hard. It's nice, I like that.
You want to make sure that that diffuser is in a good spot for you.
This is going to be a big push.
Rook having to dive away as well there. He was on the other side of that wall when that goes, and that's going to be LM's taken out. Panari again with a headshot, but he's going to be traded back by enemy. But again, Lobade is going to go down. Revan with his second kill of the round.
Gonna smoke, do it again.
It's going to be Panics knocked into, down but not out. Smoke, as you say, coming on through. He's got that SMG once more. Can he do 2 clutches in a row? That's going to be the question.
Well,
it's actually a different player.
Oh, no, I got it. Unlucky.
Okay, so there we go. That is going to be
interesting
round
using the ACOG on that smoke, I think.
Yeah, so I think that's more common, I think, to use that ACOG, because that first shot is going to be so important. Like, it is all about that first headshot. Like, if you, and that's why that's such a good gun as well, because of the rate of fire. If you miss that first headshot, you've got a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
But again, very low clip size. So if you kind of panic spray and you can't control that.
Yeah, if they're really close to you with an ACOG, it is quite hard to follow. Like, say if you verse someone with even a red dot, let's just say, they're going to track you a lot easier. Unless, I think they are. Even if you're just really, really good and really used to it, I think they will still track you, but I think they still get that tiny bit of an edge, even if it's like a 0.1 edge.
Certainly is. So here we go, attacking phase here.
Basement again? Yeah, it is.
TCM on the attack, but I mean, right now, Era lost the first map 5-2. TCM looked phenomenal on Chalet. Here on Oregon, though, second map of this best of 2, Era are looking dominant right now. 3 rounds to 1.
Was it Era with the Roma?
Yeah, it was Era. It was Era's smoke the clutch, and it was Panics that got the 4 versus 1. So he's going to go on the roam again, finding his way somewhere else in the building.
And he's feeling it as well.
Oh, he might look for...
He's feeling it.
Early aggression.
He's feeling it.
Can look for
when
those
look, is he outside? He literally just went outside, yeah.
Peeking for those early kills. This is the kind of play I love to see.
Yeah, he's on the rush. Once you've done them plays, man, like, that's a scary thing.
That's one of the things as well within shooter games is if you are a really confident player, a lot of the time that can really pay off for you. Especially when it's a game that's all about peeking these corners like that. If you're confident in your ability to get those headshots and you're confident in your ability to peek these corners, you are going to have a fantastic time with it.
And you know, like, I'm going to out-aim this guy because you've just got, like, confidence.
That
You're
confidence,
like, I've done it before, why won't I do it now? Yeah, it's powerful. Your mind.
The mind games. And that, I mean...
The power of the mind.
We'll kind of say that almost in a joking way, but this game is so much about the mind games. It's all about reading your opponent and all about kind of...
Or if you make them good
trying
reads
to
and them good, like them hunches, yeah, massively important. You can wallbang someone, can't you, just randomly?
And as well, if you can kind of make them outthink themselves, if you can get a decoy going and things. LM's, though, no time for thinking for Tunisiano because he doesn't even have a head left to think with. LM's opening the round up once more, and LM seems to be one of these kind of guys that goes for those entry kills, goes for those early shots on. Panari pinned down here.
He's kind of just relaxing. He knows if they push him, he gets the advantage, so he might as well just wait for some backup.
Yeah. Spraying on down the corridor. It's going to be Acid Rain finding one onto enemy. I think that's down, but not out there coming out. Buck going to just blow that trapdoor wide open. Storm finds one. I think that was Buck on Storm right there, but it's traded just straight back, and LMs finds his second one of the round. So 3 versus 3 here.
This guy's been here a while.
Yeah, TCM right now, this round is so important for them. They can't afford to be 4-1 down. If you get 4-1 down, you've got a 4-win streak ahead of you to stay in the game.
It looks like this place is quite... It looks like there's not many people at A. It's a pity that they're going to try and push for B. They're making it harder for themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of down to intel as well.
Yeah,
it's like, do they know that those players are there?
There, look, you see it in there.
There they go, the drone coming in from Panari. Just going to be trying to find these players, trying to get these wall bangs, but they're just not really able to connect the shots just yet. That wall is going to be blown wide open, though. Undead waiting there. Panics is going to go down, though. Finishes him off. There was... Doc was right next to him as well. That was Undead, but Undead finds one. And look at that double spray coming out. LMs finds 2. Doc finds 1. That's how you end a round right there. And that is going to be Era. 4-1 on the scoreboard. They're looking to turn this second game of the Pro League in their favor. It is best of 2. So if Era win this one, they're going to move through with a tie.
Okay.
But towards the end of the Pro League, and this is somewhat an assumption on my part, but the way a general Pro League format works is at the end of the season, if you have two teams on tying scores, it's going to be on round difference, on who gets the higher seed. So this could be important. If Era wins this last round, they're going to be one round up, essentially, on TCM. Because TCM won 5-2. If Era can now win 5-1,
so maybe
if they do end up in a tie at the end of the Pro League when they're going towards finals, they need that extra round.
So
they need that
TCM
round
could just be thinking, let's at least just get one.
Yeah.
And then you can build from that once you've won that one. So
And
that's all.
I think as well, when you're 1-4 down, that's how you got it. You got to take it round by round. You can't be like, you can't get into that kind of panic mode of we have to win 4 rounds in a row here. Like this is all or nothing. You've
just
got
be really smart in this round.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to just be like, you know, another day at the office, take it round by round, play how you would play. And I mean, TCM have proven that they can play. They've proven that they have what it takes to take these games. We saw that on the first map.
Did TCM defend successfully the Laundry? Because they've gone there again, so that would be a plus.
Yeah, because it was 1-1 to start, wasn't it? They both started Laundry to start.
There we go then. So, you know.
This is their spot that they have defended successfully. Yep. And then we've seen 2 defends and an attack come out from Era since then, I believe. So, and that, I think that's such an important factor as well, is typically it is the defenders that win the rounds, from what I've seen personally in competitive Siege. So if you can win one of those attacking rounds early on in the game, that can give you such a momentum boost and like that kind of boost in mentality.
Doesn't look like there's many roamers. I think they're just trying to search around meeting to see if they could. Because when you're at the meeting, then you can like look through different holes and you can approach different ways. But if there's someone like who could come behind you or something, that's kind of scary. So they're just all searching to see if they are clear around here.
Yeah. So the AR-33 being used here on Thatcher, I don't believe that's kind of the most popular gun. I actually prefer the AR-33 as well, but I believe everyone, a lot of people goes for the more accurate.
Nice shot.
Nice headshot. So Revan just straight up takes down Tunisiano, and unfortunately, I have to say, Tunisiano seems to be one of the players that kind of seems to be going down early in these rounds.
Oh, is there?
And I hate to call people out like that, but it's just a theme that I've been seeing come out here. But we'll see. I mean, here we go. Just 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock now. 5 versus 4 in favor of Era. They're 4 rounds up, so they really
They're giving them a lot of leeway here, I feel. Like they literally they've got complete control of this place at the moment. Nice gas. That's going to hurt.
It is. Revan kind of trapped in there. So it's going to hurt positioning-wise, I think.
Oh,
nice kill by Lobade. That's going to even the scoreboard up right now. So TCM kind of...
Oh, the gas.
That gas going to take them down to half HP.
Yep, it all adds up.
Yeah, it does. And that's where kind of down but not out comes into play as well. If you've already been tagged...
He knows he's there and he's
more likely.
and he's watch out.
So here we go. Era, they're running out of time here.
They're all at one place as well. That's interesting. So they're not pushing from 2 different places.
I think what they're doing right now is they're waiting for the last like 20 seconds, and then they're going to go just for this kind of like
a crazy
Tropic Thunder all-in kind of push.
Again, traded.
Yeah. That's going to be Panics on the scene. We've seen him do crazy things. Actually,
did you down
he took LMs into down state. Oh God, that is bad news. He's going to be able to pick him up, so it's not the end of the world. Goes down again though, in fact. Storm capitalizes!
Just from that mistake.
Oh no! Wow. Disaster for Era. That is going to be 2-4 now. So TCM kind of getting a lifeline right there. I feel like they're kind of pulling out the phone a friend and just kind of say, can you guys set up a team kill for us? Is that something you guys can look towards? Yeah, no problem. We got you back, man.
They're looking up on
no problem. Pretty, I feel like that's kind of...
So now, one more round, and they are the ones
and they're
who...
pushing towards overtime.
Well, no, but one more round and they've won overall, even if they lose.
Yeah, in round difference, yeah, you're
that's
absolutely
a really
right.
good feeling, isn't it?
Let's take a look at the scoreboard then. A couple of heavy hitters coming out from Era. Less so coming out from TCM, though. Going to be Lobade at that top of the scoreboard. But... let's take a look then how this one's setting up. Looks like they're going for that bedroom once more.
Yep. So it's just the bedroom and laundry. That's what they're going for, bedroom, laundry, bedroom,
and
laundry.
I mean, that's what we saw on Chalet as well. Those two spawns that were the 2 popular ones.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, when you go really high up, it is quite scary. There's loads of windows. Yeah. There's like loads of windows. So I can understand.
I think as well, it's kind of like, let's remember, not only is this the first week of Pro League, but we're here at IEM Katowice,
Yeah.
the World Championship
Yeah.
for the Intel Extreme Masters.
Yeah. Very, very
You're on a massive stage in front of a crowd, probably for the first time. You want to be playing it safe. You want to be going with your safest strategies. Maybe later on in the Pro League, when we see some of these top teams, they'll go for more unorthodox strategies, more off-the-wall kind of things coming out. But for now, you want to play it safe.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that because there's actually been some big players in front of all this, so it shows a lot of potential in some of these players.
That says a lot as well. Oh, beautiful throw there by Twitch. Launches that
straight away, so...
Unfortunately. I feel like he deserved a bit of scouting just for that throw.
Deserved to at least find one.
Clearly...
at least he knows people are there.
Clearly a big baseball player when he was younger. Or cricket, I suppose, since it's Twitch, one of the English operators.
Cricket.
There we go.
All right, no one's taken. Still 5-5.
Yeah, so I think this is kind of the longest time we've seen all operators up at the start of a round,
the bomb there,
especially on this map.
I do like how they're dropping the bomb. I do like that.
Yeah.
Just keeping it somewhere safe, because why would they ever check there? They'd have to run out and then they'd be alerted that they're outside.
Yeah.
Let's get some
there we go.
intel.
And this is one thing as well about the Twitch drone we didn't mention. That throw was very important because Twitch drone can't jump. The standard scouting drones that everyone has, they can jump into windows and things. Twitch drone, because you have that taser, you can't actually do those jumps.
That's
so
the negative.
You have to perfect that throw, but
traded.
Trade straight across. Actually, it's two different players, so it is a trade in terms of the scoreboard. And actually, Undead going to go down as well. Magnum comes out.
That's what I mean about
Tunisiano.
it. You take him down, but he's trying to get up, and he still can't get up.
Tunisiano heard me talking about him last round, and he's like, I'll show you. Gets up one of these early kills, and that's going to get TCM the man advantage here.
Yeah,
so they're looking towards this 3-4 scoreline right now. TCM certainly not out of the running. And this is one of the things about Rainbow is...
This is quite a fast push. They've got a roamer downstairs, it looks like. Yeah, what's he doing? He knows he's there.
Yeah.
Enemy.
It's going to be Acid Rain dropping as Elens finds one. 3 versus 3, but Twitch is down.
They're going to get him. He needs to be careful.
Lobade looking to get him up. Elems again finding Panari. Panari was huge at Chalet, but really hasn't quite stepped up the same on this map.
This is tense.
This is indeed. This is all or nothing for TCM. They've got 2 players left and they're 1 round away from defeat.
This is really tense.
Finally taking down that camera, but nice shot. And Elems, that's his 3rd of the round. That's going to be 1 coming out for Lobade, so trading it back. But Thermite,
V2, come on.
Very slow rate of fire coming out here from the 5.56. So he has to be on point with his aiming. He has to land these headshots, because if you could end up in that straight-up firefight,
they'll win,
especially against defenders that have that ruck armor.
Yeah, you will definitely lose in that fight.
So he's gotta get those headshots.
Where's the bomb?
Other side of the map. He's got to get the kills. He's got to push. He's got to do something right now because he's got 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
10 seconds away from defeat right now, and he walks out and gets shot out by Panics. It is going to be Era taking that second map.
Yeah, so that's a draw, right?
That is a tie. Overall, it's 1 map apiece. So Era and TCM each taking a map here. It was going to be 5-3 the final score in that second map. So overall, TCM taking that 1 round advantage, but in the grand scheme of things, it's fairly unlikely that 1 round is going to be like the major difference on seeding later in the season.
Even matchup for the first match?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is kind of saying to me straight up on the page is maps are going to be so crucial. This map pick and ban phase, this is the first time the teams have even tried this pick and ban. So this is going to be
interesting if these teams play these maps much, because you can't tell, can you?
It could be like okay, we know that the enemy plays this team, this map, and this map, so they ban those. But then if the enemy bans your maps as well, you're going to end up on these maps that people are less comfortable on. But you can see, obviously, the handshakes coming out, good sportsmanship coming.
Good.
And I mean, definitely,
some nice players.
Definitely no hard feelings for TCM. They had a phenomenal first game.
Yeah, definitely.
5-2 final score, and I think there was a 3v1, 4v1 clutch coming out from their side as well. So we've already seen, within our first 2 matches of the Pro League, we've already seen some crazy clutches.
Really nice
we've seen some ridiculous plays coming out. But that is going to be our first game then. So I believe Sean is going to be getting ready on the stage. He's going to be finding a new best friend to chat to.
Yeah, I wonder who it's going to be.
So we'll see.
Maybe one of the ones who did the big players.
It's going to be one of the winner interviews. I don't know whether it's going to be from TCM or Era, because obviously it's a tie. They both won a map, so it really could be.
I want to get into the mind of the person who did that big player.
Absolutely. So it is going to be one of our TCM players. But let's head over to Sean, who is standing by on stage with his new best friend for a chin wag.
I am indeed very lucky to make friends so quickly. It's something about having the mic and standing here on stage. Lobade, how was that for you?
It's all right. 1-1 is not that bad. Area is supposed to be one of the better teams, so we're kind of happy.
Now, this is the first day. We're actually squeezing 2 days of the Pro League into this first day here at the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. What's it like coming out for you here with the team? You know, first time on the stage. I mean, we're right in the beginning of the Pro League.
Yeah, and it felt awesome. It's awesome to be and everything, and as I said, making a 1-1 against Area is not that bad as a start.
Now, as we're playing 2 days, you will be playing again today, but you're playing all the way at the end. We kind of started off with you, and you got pulled in right at the end of the day, and waiting for you is Epsilon. How familiar are you with Epsilon?
We've faced them a couple of times before, but not with this roster, and it's going to be fun. Hopefully we do better.
Now, a lot's been made about the fact that, you know, this game is, you know, relatively new. I'm sure you were involved in the beta, but you're standing here now already in a Pro League with your friends, playing together, hearing people applaud when plays were going well. You guys, you know, you put on a good show. What was that like?
It feels unreal to be here already. It's just like 6 months or something like the game, and it felt just awesome to be here.
Well, we're super happy to have you, mate, and I'm sure we'll see you later on. But let him get back to the team. But of course, to break it all down, it is the one and only Panky.
Thank you very much, Sean. What an amazing first game. Our very first one, best of 2, straight in a draw. And could it be more perfect? 5-2 to 5-2.
Yeah, exactly. A mirror match.
Kept it real close.
I want to dive straight in because having 14 rounds of our first Pro League game, we've got so much to talk about. Simon, take us straight away through our attacking operators. We saw more or less exactly the same thing, but then one surprise operator in that second map.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually really surprised to see Buck played. Honestly, we kind of perceived him as a weaker operator, maybe. And like the players explained to me yesterday in the workshop, they actually use it for utility. They want to punch big holes in walls so that they can get some line of sight. So it was really interesting to see him play. I mean, the Buck's assault rifle, it kicks like a friggin' mule. Like it's really hard to shoot with that gun, but I guess it's really like useful.
Yeah, exactly. We mentioned how like smoke would be used with shotguns occasionally to make holes. He has both. He's perfect, and they use it really, really well. Defending, we saw a lot more shuffling up with the defenders. We had Rooks obviously every single time. Smoke almost always featured too. Doc came in and out. Frost with her shotgun every single time. Is there any operators there that you were surprised we didn't see, Bungie?
I'm honestly surprised that we saw so much of Doc on the PC at least. You know, I feel like a lot more headshots happen, and it was very surprising to see Doc used so much, given that very rarely do players go down but not out.
Is there anything you can offer us that, okay, Doc's gadget wasn't really used, as you say, on PC, it's very, very hard. Why do you think people are still playing Doc even without that?
I think he's being played because he has a lot of armor, so he can take a lot of abuse before going down.
Yeah.
So, and also he makes for a good roamer since he can revive himself if he gets down, and often when he'll get down, he might be behind a cover, so he gets some opportunity to actually make something good on the roam.
But it surprised me because you'd think, in that situation, if you want the armor and you don't care about the speed, Capcan has a much better gun. And you can kind of put those traps around where you're roaming so that you'll at least hear a gunshot.
Yeah.
You know, okay, they're making a move to that door, they're making a move to this window, because you put traps there. Whether or not the traps work, doesn't really matter. You can use it as an alarm for yourself. Whereas, again, yeah, he could maybe get himself back up, but if he's roaming and they down him, he's going to die.
Yeah,
most
pretty
times.
much.
You know,
Most
like,
of the time.
once they know he's down, they're going to go finish him off.
But maybe we can ask the player for more insight on why.
Yes, we'll try and get some players on here later and ask them a bit more. I want to talk a bit more about the maps. Obviously, we started off on Chalet. We expected basements first. It wasn't our very first round, but it was the two. We had Snowmobile Garage and Wine Cellar, and then we had Kitchen and Trophy Room.
Right.
Those are the two go-tos for defense on all high-level games here. But what's really interesting is that teams seem to win attack a hell of a lot more than they won defense. Why do you think this is, Bungie?
I definitely think that from a casual standpoint, that defending is the general thing more easier. You can kind of all play it your own way, and it typically is much harder to attack as a solo player. But when you get a team together, you have really good teamwork, all that's going on, then attacking becomes the much more fluid and easy thing to do, I think, personally.
And the thing that a lot of people, I'm not sure if they realize, here on professional ESS, this is a 3-minute attack round with up to 45-second drone phase. On matchmaking, it's 4 minutes, so it's even longer. So in theory, with extra time to prepare, attacking and matchmaking should be easier. But these guys are showing exactly how it should be done. Oregon, we also went basement first. We saw that laundry room, we saw that supply closet section, but then up to the bedroom, which I know a lot of players in the general casual community consider a really hard bomb site to defend.
It's hard to defend because there's so many openings. There's a lot of windows. There's a lot of places to rappel from. There's even the roof. So like we saw Era do, or it was a TCM, they planted, and you can go out the window on the roof and really have a nice cover and be able to watch the diffuser if they go for the diffuse. So yeah.
One thing I want to touch on just before we go to the break, Panics had a massive round, that 4v1 clutch that really helped.
That was beautiful.
That was intense.
Absolutely amazing. We saw him throw a smoke grenade that was shot in mid-air, and he peeks out, gets 2 quick headshots afterwards. I have to give him credit for that.
Right.
But we're going to go to a very quick place. When we come back, Penta Esports versus Warrior Team France will be the second game in our Rainbow Six Pro League.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're joining us here live at the Rainbow Six Siege Pro League. We're bringing you all the action from the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. We're here in the Expo Hall. There's a good vibe. There's a good crowd. We've already seen one of our first day of Pro League's action go there. But there's more. We've got Gifu up against G-Bots coming up right now. The guys are on either side of me getting ready for what promises to be another good show of how they plan to stake their claim and put a bit of dominance onto this Pro League. It's the Finns against the Spanish. Do you have a favorite? Well, we're going to see what's going to come out this way. And the man who's going to take us into the game with his merry band of analysts, and I believe they've got a new one up there too, is led by Panky.
Thank you very much, Sean, but I do have to apologize. He's getting a little bit excited and ahead of himself. We got Penta versus Warrior Team France now, and Sifu versus G-Boss is the game afterwards, so we'll dive into that. But he's right, we've been joined by Undead here from Area after their very tense 2-2 draw. Thank you very much for joining us. You excited, still happy, in a good place after that draw?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a tough match against this team. They're pretty strong, they got strong players, that's what we saw for the first map. And yeah, even if it's we are a bit disappointed about the one map both, but yeah, it's okay.
That's fine. So can you explain to us first, like, what is your role within the team? Obviously, as a matchmaking point of view, everyone's like, we got roamers, we got defenders, but what do you guys see your role as?
All right. Basically, we have 3 people in the team doing the role that we call the turret. We basically stay on the objectives mainly, and we let the roamer pick some kills, and even if they die, but if they trade kills, it's good for us. So we stay on the objectives and just wait for the opponent. Sometimes we roam, but just around the objectives, not really far in the map.
Okay, that's really cool. Talk to us about your first map, obviously, Chalet.
Yeah. So Chalet is a pretty difficult map to deal with because even if the garage is easy to take, it's pretty hard to go inside the objectives. And we saw that they had a good defense for Kitchen too, and unfortunately for us, we lost some clutch, and that's why we lost the map. Maybe also with miscommunication also.
So when we first started Chalet, Punji predicted that basement and the snowmobile garage would be everyone's first go-to. You guys started off in the kitchen and the trophy room. Why is it that you prefer that bomb site?
Honestly, kitchen is a pretty strong bomb site. I think it's safer to pick kitchen instead of garage because garage is easy to breach, and when you breach garage, you have a vision on all the objectives. So for us, it's better to pick kitchen and stay on the objective, and it's easier for the roamer to go on the top and on the basement. So that's why you pick the kitchen.
Okay, cool. Oregon, you won this map.
Yeah.
This was obviously much better for you. Panics, he made that a huge round.
Yeah,
that really broke the win-loss stalemate. But again, we mentioned before in the host game how a lot of people expect the bedrooms to be a really hard place to defend because of all the openings, the different ways in and out of that. But it's Pro Team's go-to second bomb site. Why do you guys take that over the tower?
Yeah. The second map, I think we fixed some stuff just on the communication, and yeah, we had a strong attack on this map, like we saw with LMs and Panics who go insane on one round on defense. I think that's what made the difference. And our roamer, we decided that one of our roamers stayed on the objectives. So we played the map with 4 people on the objectives and just one on top or in the basement. And that's, I think, we adapted on what they did on the first map, and that's why we won, I guess.
That's great. It's really nice to see teams already learning game to game in such an early stage in the tournament. Yeah. We're going to dive straight into our next game now then. Penta Esports versus Warrior Team France. Punji, Simon, I know you have a lot of faith in Penta. Simon, it's been there. It's been Area's toughest opponents in the Go4s and the qualifiers up until this point. Warrior Team France are a little bit more unknown though, but there's some familiar faces there from Haila.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Penta, I mean, they're almost the scariest here. They're gonna be really strong, but like as we saw in the first game, there's a lot of place for upsets. I mean, it's really up to change. We're gonna have a lot of we could have some surprises, but I think Penta should be a favorite in this matchup.
And there are Penta on your screen. Aiga, Ovi, Pengu, Rendia, and Sai, I believe that's pronounced in there. They are one of the favorites. They are forced to be reckoned with, who have put up numerous results in this tournament, and they've been on that organization since a long time ago. TCM, Epsilon picked up teams after things are qualified. Penta, these guys have been on before any of the Go Force. They had faith in them. Yeah, so it's really exciting to see why Penta have such a strong force in them. We'll find out exactly what the maps these guys are playing in very shortly, and as they go, you can see them there, all just about ready and set up on the stage. Do you think, Pudgy, they're going to follow the same formulas, and maybe you have some input in this area, for the attacking operators? We saw very much the same, apart from maybe a bit above the buck. Are they going to stick with those same 5?
Yes, I think so. I think unanimously most people agree that at least Thatcher Thermite, definitely Ash, definitely Twitch. The 5th could
Sledge,
change it up.
perhaps?
Sledge maybe could mix it up, but Sledge is also, like we said before, great for just opening everything and free of charge.
We talked about how strong Thatcher is, but you guys were swapping Thatcher out for Buck.
Yeah. Buck is very strong because it's like having a second sledge. He can breach walls, he can breach traps, and it's like having a second sledge. So sometimes it's easy when you have a map with a lot of walls that you can breach. It's better to have a sledge instead of a Thatcher who just got the MP. So that's why we took it.
Okay, nice. There on your screen is Warrior Team France. Hawk, Vico, Zangdar, K6, or K6, and Sizzlack. And I do now have our maps, and I'm genuinely surprised at this. Clubhouse is going to be our first map, and Presidential Plane is going to be our second.
Awesome.
We were not expecting this. We're going to go straight and say it. Presidential Plane is a horrible map for
I'm a firm
the
believer
attacking
of Plane.
team in many ways. But Punji, you have very different thoughts to a lot of people.
I do.
Why is that?
I think that Plane is a map that requires a really strong attacking team with teamwork. I think teamwork is going to be the thing that's going to really revolutionize Plane, and I think that as players get better at communicating with each other, calling out positions quickly, I think attacking teams will be able to sweep Plane, like, aggressively.
All right, do you have any small thoughts on that, on the Plane map?
The first map going to be focused on the roamer of each team, but yeah, like we all on the teams thinks about Presidential Plane, it's a pretty hard map to attack, and you have to get like strong player to attack on this plane, because it's really hard to go in the plane first, because you can get spawn kill and stuff like that. And when you are inside, even when you are inside, you have like a lot of close quarter combats, and with SMG and shotguns that you got in defense, it's really hard to get in.
All right, so let's find out exactly how that plays out. We're going to hand you over back to our amazing casting duo, Joe Fenney and Aaron Ehrlich. I want to say True Talent straight away, but Aaron Ehrlich.
Well, he is also called True Talent, and I am also called Munchables. Welcome to the Cast Desk. We're going to be bringing a second matchup of the Pro League and of the day, and in fact, we're going to be having 2 days here today. We've borrowed Doctor Who's TARDIS, and we're going to be squeezing 2 game days into just a single day. But our second matchup is going to be Penta versus WTF. Now, Penta on paper look to be a pretty heavy hitter.
I've heard some really good things about Penta, yeah.
I mean, on paper, they definitely look like a massive contender. They won the most recent Go 4, which was like 3 or 4 days ago, I believe. It was Go 4 number 4. Penta were the winners of that one. And they're up against WTF. Now, WTF kind of know a little bit less about. They're less of a sort of spotlight team than Penta. So they're definitely going to be looking to try and prove themselves in this one. And that's going to be the crucial factor here, is because they're one of these kind of less known teams, that kind of can work in their favor if they've got some crazy stuff coming out. If they've, people aren't going to have played them as much. So yeah, it definitely could come in their favor. But I mean, coming into this one, let's talk about the maps. We've got Clubhouse and Presidential Plane.
Interesting that it's going to have Presidential Plane. Yeah. I personally think that is a really bad map for attackers. Well, I think a lot of people think that. It's just small corridors. You're all just in a line. It might be shield play, quite a bit of shield play, I can imagine.
We talked about it as well in the first cast, I believe. We were saying kind of how it might have been off air, I can't remember. But like Yacht and Plane, kind of these very long linear maps can be very hard to attack. Yacht less so, but Plane especially is just, like you say, very long corridors. Shields can come into play, so hard to attack. But we have some differing opinions on that one, because obviously Punji, Derek over there on the analyst desk,
he's a strong believer.
Yeah, he's a believer in the attacking on Plane. So, I mean, I'm more than happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
I've yet to see
I would
that.
love to see like just a whole. The attack just keeps winning.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh right, okay, well, fair play.
I think when casting, I would rather be proven wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, because you want to see the
you don't want to
unorthodox
be like,
stuff. You
oh,
wanna
it's going to
see-
go like this, and then it's like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, not necessarily. I want to be wrong. That was not quite what I meant to say, but I want to see the crazy stuff. I want to see the unexpected coming on.
It'd be interesting if anyone's going to get peaked. It's very good for peaking presidential, unless it's changed. Also, the other one's Clubhouse. Very nice map. I like this map.
Yeah, so
I like the design of it.
Clubhouse is kind of one of the almost. I mean, obviously most of the maps are, but I feel like Clubhouse is like the default map almost for Rainbow Six. That's what it feels like to me, at least. Like that seems to be the one I happen to have played the most. Maybe that's just how matchmaking's turned out.
Yeah,
but it feels like the one when I first started that was the one that I was jumping on all of the time. So definitely a map that people are going to be very comfortable on.
I really
if they've had any kind of experience like me, that is.
Yeah.
Maybe I just got like.
No, I
biased
agree.
matchmaking.
I agree. Clubhouse. I'd probably more than Chile, more than Oregon. Possibly. I have played Clubhouse a lot as well.
Yeah.
It's just a really nice map. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's way nicely balanced.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well. It's kind of good for attackers and defenders. You can really see it either way around. And I think another big map for me at least is Hereford Base, because I did a previous tournament for Rainbow Six and it was on the alpha build and that was the only map.
Yeah.
So I know every nook and cranny of Hereford Base like the back of my hand.
It's a nice map as well.
Yeah, it is. I do like Hereford Base. And I think those maps are the ones where you can shoot through just about everything. Those are the best maps. And Plane
is got that, as we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but Plane, yeah, you're right.
Plane is
Plane
like
yeah.
I don't know if absolutely every wall, but if not almost every wall.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You can shoot.
There's going to be a lot of reinforcements, but yeah, you get glass as well on Plane.
Yeah.
So you can shoot through. But the thing is, you can shoot through it. But once you've made that hole, they can shoot through it as well. I think the defenders can shoot through the hole you've made with her.
I think
or
so.
him.
Yeah.
I always call glass her.
To be honest, I'm never good at which operators are male and female, because I'm just.
I know it's a guy. I just say
what
her
I'm
every
focusing
time.
on. That's the last thing I'm looking at. But yeah, so I really like Blaz as an operator in general. So I'm very excited to see whether we see him coming out on Plane. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him come out on Plane.
Well, the thing is, are they going to guess that the bomb's going to be the bottom? Because Glaz isn't that good. He's still good. It's still good when it's the bottom, but mid, that's where he's really going to shine.
Yeah.
Like you can see the whole
windows.
Yeah. It scares them. Like even if he isn't watching where they are, he might be. So it causes that threat.
If you know the enemy has a glass, you're kind of like, okay, I cannot ever go in line of sight of a window.
Exactly. Or when you do, rush. So you make these bad decisions and noise.
And then suddenly, if you're rushing, then Glaz's team knows exactly where you are. So it's
just too important. If there's no Glaz, I'll be really surprised and interested why.
Absolutely. Well, first map is going to be Clubhouse, as we say. So we're going to be heading on into this game as quick as possible for you guys. It's going to be Penta Esports, or Penta Sports, I believe it is actually, sorry, up against Warrior Team France, or WTF. So
I was going to say, it's funny that the first map is Clubhouse, so we just kept talking about Plane. How much of a shock it was.
I'm just excited to talk about Plane. I can't wait to see that map.
I just thought you'd expect it.
I mean, let's touch on Clubhouse and kind of.
No, let's talk more about Plane.
Well, we'll talk about Plane when we get there. Take it piece by piece.
Yeah.
But so Clubhouse, I mean, there's a lot of very, I feel, set out standard strategy for Clubhouse. There's a lot of stuff that you see pretty much every game, like kind of the rappel, so you can look through that window down corridor. That's seen just about every game. And then obviously there's the roam out through basement to counter that rappel as well.
Yeah.
There's all of this kind of thing that you will see so regularly.
I'm going to guess the bomb's going to be the bottom and then it's going to be bedroom. That's my prediction. I imagine I'm going for bar.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are kind of the two. And if the first match is anything to go off, then it will be kind of those two spawns back and forth kind of thing.
However, really quickly, I have no idea where the bombs will be on the plane.
yeah, I have no idea. But here we go. We're in for Penta Sports up against WTF. And it's going to be, looks of things, Penta on the attacking side to kick this one off. And, actually, I think I'm entirely wrong on that one. They're talking about the defending side to start things off. So it's going to be the attacking side coming out from WTF.
So they have gone for the bottom. They've gone for Church, this is called. Church and Armory, I believe. There's 2 breach points. Well, there's one what looks straight into B, and there's another breach point. This is from up above, by the way. There's another breach point just to the, from this side, the west of A. The room there. Yeah. So they can breach through them and cause a bit of, scared.
10 seconds remaining.
So Penta going to be worshipping like a dog at the shrine of WTF's life.
Reinforcing the breach I was talking about.
Yeah. So let's see, I mean, across the last matches, we've seen a lot of very early kills, a lot of kind of really nice spot there.
I was going to say, yeah,
like that angle that he's going for. But
no, I was wondering, like, how did they get the camera so fast? Well, I think that's at
there you go.
One
That's that question answered for you. Going to be able to get those peaky holes. And I think this is one of the things as well that the Pro League is going to do, is kind of accelerate the meta in terms of just general matchmaking as well. Because these are the best of the best. And now the rest of the players are going to be able to watch and see kind of this special, like, I mean, you said yourself, I didn't know how they got their camera so fast. Now everybody knows. Now that is going to be something that's much more common.
And that's just very, it's just very minimal as well. Like, there'll be a lot of stuff. I mean, they are doing some things what you'd expect, pushing kitchen. Now they've got control, but they're going to try and get control of here because, I thought it's just down. You get control of this place, you've got just an opening straight into A. Again, you don't even need to be there. Just having that opening above you scares you as a defense.
It's like it's what we were saying earlier, when they breach through that wall, it's another spot to worry about.
They've just breached
the trapdoor,
the other one as well. So they're going to try for the kitchen and the from the west of church, as I was saying, them 2 breaches.
Interesting sledge actually sprinting around there. It's going to be 6 on that one. I'm not sure how to say KSIIX. I'm just going to call him 6.
Yeah,
until he comes up and tells me that's wrong. But
well, he shouldn't have that name.
Well, here we go. Drone going to come out, so they're going to be trying to scout the event. Interesting spot to throw a drone from. He's like right next to that trapdoor. That could be dangerous, but he's going to be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
Actually, we've got a down but not out. We've got a kill coming out. In fact, it's going to be Sai, I guess, taking that one out. And that's going to be a grenade onto Eiger. But here we go. That's going to be Pengu going down as well. Vico finding that headshot
pushing towards Armory.
We're seeing Thermites do incredibly well with the headshots. It seems like the 5.56 such a reliable weapon.
It is a good gun, Thermites. Yeah. There's a lot of good guns though. I think they're all good, and they've got all their strengths and weaknesses.
I think it's one of those guns that's very easy to control.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to like.
Yeah, some have more recoil.
Yeah,
that will help.
I mean, some of the guns, like, I mean, you talked about Buck's rifle earlier. He's kind of just like, you start shooting and then you're at the ceiling 2 seconds later. Here we go. Sizzlack finds one.
Oh,
that's going to be, nice counter kill coming out onto Hawk.
There we go.
Finishes him off. That was merciless right there.
He got a sledge.
Certainly did. But here we go. 1 man left. It's going to be Pulse. Let's see how he's going to be able to go for this on the.
He's in the armor.
This is going to be planted.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. 3v1.
Rendia here.
Can he do it?
Looking for Sizzlack, hiding around in this corner.
In a nice position. He's probably going to
find him. I think he might end up walking past this and maybe gets caught. Changes direction though. Oh,
very nice.
Nice headshot comes out.
Oh, good pre-fire. Good guess. That's a common.
Very close to finding it. He's running out of time though. He's going to run out of life as well. That is going to be Sizzlack taking the final kill, and that is going to be Penta taking the first round of this map. So Penta find themselves on the scoreboard. Nice easy. Holds the corner, waits for him to walk into the crosshair. So now, Warrior Team France. Do they go for the same spawn? Do they change it up? What do you reckon coming into this one?
I'm going to guess they're going to go same. Yeah, they're going to go to the bottom. That's my guess. I think it is the easiest to secure. And as I said, I think the next round will be bedrooms, but I might be wrong. Bar does seem quite bad. Let's see. Yeah, Church and Armory. It's just a nice place to defend. It really is.
I mean, we saw that it's so hard to actually get into that final room where the bomb is. We saw the last guy just kind of get mown down on entry. Let's take a look at the compositions, because that's something we've not really touched on just yet this game. We are going to see, again, that Ash Sledge combo. Now, when we were talking, like, as commentators outside of the actual games off broadcast, we were kind of saying a lot of teams like to run either Ash or Sledge. But we're seeing a lot more of this combination coming through. And, I mean, we were talking about last game. The ability to have one on different parts of the map can just be so beneficial.
Was it W2F who took that last round?
No, I believe it was Penta. But the overlay.
Yeah.
It's not SWAT. Or maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong on that one. I don't know. You've confused me now.
Yeah, I'm confused with the overlay.
I'm going to trust the overlay on this one. I'm going to say that it was, in fact, no, yeah, Penta 0. So yeah, I don't know why I said Penta. Maybe I'm just going crazy.
Okay. No,
I completely miscalled that one. That was in fact a WTF.
Hey, so the underdogs.
Yeah, nice. Penta were kind of the ones that we were saying to be favourites and looked like it on paper. But again, this is kind of what we've been saying. We haven't necessarily seen that much of WTF, and as well, this is the first season of the Pro League.
You shouldn't just think, oh, this team's going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're all really good. They've all done well in their own rights, haven't they?
I mean, everyone's qualified. Let's put it that way. This is the top 8 teams in Europe. So here we go.
Pulse. Pulse, yeah, nice.
So this is the first time we've actually seen the Pulse cardiac sensor used on stream, but there you go. That red dot tells him that there's a player there.
Yep. He's not really doing anything about it. He just knows he's there, so he can be like, there's someone here, you know, maybe someone can push him. They know that person's there.
And
you know?
a key thing as well is that he can communicate that to his team. He can let his teammates know where these players are. And
nice little hole there. I think I'm looking into armor.
1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock.
Nothing happened yet, yeah. No kills.
This map definitely feels a lot more defensive to start, but here we go. Iger opening this one up for his team. Takes out 6. And that is going to be the defenders had a little bit of a disadvantage. That's going to be Frost down as well. Frost has been very, very influential in our last match. That Super 90 has had some... I mean, we saw a 1 versus 3 from a Frost with the Super 90, so definitely one of those operators that you do want to be getting rid of. There we go. So this is where it really starts to heat up.
Yeah. If he takes this position, it's really nice.
About a minute left on the clock.
There's someone at the other side as well, like on the other side of the wall.
Absolutely is. So Vico just kind of holding this angle. He is going to peek and he's going to get punished for it. Pengu perfectly just watching that. He knew someone was going to come out. Sizzlack goes down as well.
Very nice.
And this is suddenly looking fantastic for Penta on the attack. And
this is the reason why people are saying.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute. Oh, good trade coming out there. Penta trading side for...
Here he is.
Zangdar going to answer.
It's all up to this guy.
Here we go. Zangdar on his own. Gets that drone.
Good headshot.
Nice little pick going out here. He's going to look for a second one. He's going to jump on through it and actually goes aggressive. Needs to turn around though. And will get taken out. Rendia finishes him off.
Okay. You have to check your corners. You have to...
Interestingly as well, on the other maps we've seen
very fast.
Both teams win the first round and the second round on defense. This time we're seeing the exact opposite of that. Both attacking teams have won a round now, so it's one apiece.
Yeah, so they could just go. Are they going to go bottom again, even though they lost it?
Yeah. So much more even kill spread as well. No crazy scores coming out just yet. But I mean, they still have time. We're only 2 rounds in. We'll see who kind of the big players for these teams are, because I mean. We've already seen some crazy clutches coming out in our first matchup, and I expect to see the same here.
I've noticed Penta's using Castle. We haven't really seen many Castle use, have we?
We haven't really seen... Well, we haven't seen any at all in the Pro League. We've only seen 2 matches, though, so...
Yeah.
But, I mean, Castle isn't typically someone that we see a lot.
Again, you have to pick and choose the operators, don't you? Castle's quite good, it slows you down.
Yeah.
So
I think we're telling a lie. I think we did see 1 round of Castle.
Oh, did we?
Because I remember seeing the barricade. I don't remember specifically Castle, I just remember the barricade.
I just noticed there's 1 more, I guess.
Yeah, so...
5 seconds to go.
We'll see how they use that, because the more people I speak to, Castle seems to be a very sort of controversial pickup, essentially. Like, some people really love it.
Personally, with Castle, I use it for blind spots. So let's say, you know, a different map where there's a blind spot where you're not going to see. You put Castle there, and then you don't have to think about it too much.
Yeah. Stick up that barricade. That is going to block the bullets. I mean, obviously, it is destructible. But, you know, you have to use, like, either a breach charge or you have to get Ash to blow it. You know, it's going to be using some more of their resources. And also, there's no, like, peeking through like on these wooden barricades that you can see right here.
Yeah, that's very true. You need to hit it, I think, 5 or 6 times or something for it to break.
Yes, yeah, it's certainly a commitment to be able to break through those barricades, but we'll see how that one's going to pan out.
Unless you have Sledge, of course.
Well, yeah.
Again, that's the variables of the game.
Sledge doesn't worry about many barricades. He's swinging around his hammer. I want to see if we get any sledge kills coming out today. I would love to see that.
That would be very rare. Maybe on someone downed, but if you got someone, you know, here with a sledge.
I mean, that's how you kind of make a statement on the Pro League right there. Kind of
crazy.
That's how confident we are. We're going for the sledge kills right now. If it's like that last man and you get him into down, then yeah, fair play.
Drops in. Back to the same place. It looks like they can get in here, you know, fairly easy. They don't seem to have too much trouble to get here.
Yeah. But again, it's very kind of slow, methodical pushes on this map. Very much defensive teams fully turtling on in, but we could have a fight between 6 and this player.
Oh, he's going to see a lot of people here. I think this can be a nice break.
I think I'm actually calling out teammates, in fact. I keep on seeing blue and thinking defense. It's just like ingrained in my brain at this stage. There we go, first kill comes out. It's going to be 6 finding that one, but C4 comes to answer for it. And that's going to be Eiger finding one onto Zangar as well. And there goes a smoke kill. Suddenly, WTF just falling apart on the attack right now. Sledge goes down, another falls as well.
Wow, that can't work.
That was 0 to 100, right? Just kind of...
Well, he opened it up. He opened up that hole, and it caused Penta to have to do something about it.
Yeah.
And they did.
Boy, did they, yeah. I mean, Penta immediately kind of just go, okay,
attacking the B.
You're going to push in, are you? We're going to wipe you all
Bs.
out comfortably. So, WTF becoming an extinct species at the end of that round, but it is going to be 2-1 to Penta Sports. Now, let's remember, this is first 2-5 rounds, so Penta Sports by no means have won this first map just yet. Still got 3 rounds to go.
We'll started strong, you know, they got the first one.
Going in church again here. I thought this was...
They lost it.
Oh, they did, of course, yeah.
They both won on the attacks. But now they're going to have to change Penta off.
Yeah, they are.
And they'll go bedroom. I'm fairly confident.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'm interested to see whether we kind of see any kind of diverse strategy coming out. I mean, typically these are our 5 attacking operators that we're seeing a lot. Obviously, the Thermite Thatcher combo, almost necessary. Twitch we've seen so much of, not only because of the drone, but also because of the weapon set you can have. And then on the defense, we are going to see Pulse and Castle now. So no Jaeger, no Bandit, which are 2 of the operators we've seen quite a lot of, and as well no Doc. So I like that on the defense we're seeing quite a lot of variation, but Rook is pretty much a must-have from what we've seen. Frost is pretty much a must-have, and Smoke as well.
It's interesting that Frost's like a must-have now as a new character.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting that. I mean, I really do like that character. I love the traps. I love that kind of thing. She can actually be used as a roamer, in my opinion, because you can put traps in places that you believe people are going to come from behind, and then watch a different place. So you've got that kind of... I've done that before, and it kind of works. It's kind of nice.
I think the Super 90 lends to roaming as well quite comfortably, because if you can find a whole team, you're more than capable of mowing down 5 members with that Super 90 in one clip.
Yeah, I have heard some things about it.
So
personally, I just use the SMG, but yeah, I've heard the shotgun's really powerful.
I think it's easily, in my opinion at least, easily the best shotgun in the game.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Not a big fan of the shotguns myself. Not my kind of playstyle. I prefer kind of the more slow-paced assault rifle kind of methodical push.
Breaching through bar again. Same kind of breaches. Breaching through bar, so they can push down near church. So they're pretty much playing quite similar in their attacks.
Oh God! Wait, did you see Icon missing the door there with the sled?
It's because you're scared about someone shooting your feet.
Yeah, that's one of those where you've got to get that like one frame where you're actually in to get the hit, but as well like. That's so unlucky that one time that you missed the sledgehammer swing, you happen to be on stream. Like the worst possible moment to miss it.
Hey, I'd rather do that than die, though.
That's true. You know? That is true. Well, we'll see. Maybe he can answer for that miss by landing the bullets, but here we go. Pengu pushing on in.
So again, got a good idea where they are.
They're waiting on around this corner.
Pulse probably has seen him.
And this, I mean, you can say that, you can see that from Pengu that like murder holes can go 2 ways. Like obviously you have that option to peek out, but also they can peek in.
Yeah.
They know exactly where you're going to peek from. So, good shots down.
Tags.
Onto OV.
Down yet.
This is Thermite though, so they need to get him back up. He's going to be so crucial, but it is going to be Pengu that finds one. And that was through that murder hole that we were talking about as well. He's going to be looking for Hawk as well. Can't quite find his feet though.
Okay. That could have been big, that.
So actually, this is a very beneficial trade for WTF. They get, for Penta, they do get the kill. They managed to get their man back on his feet.
That was
Hawk is kind of been left out to dry here, and he is going to be dropped down. He had no support from his team, and now they're starting to drop like flies. WTF need to do something. They need to group up and get the crossfires, but again, single peak. Penta take the advantage, and now just one defender remains. It is going to be Sizzlack, but immediately taken out. Honestly, textbook attack coming out from Penta right there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're showing, again, you know, why people are saying they're good.
Yeah.
Or the best, you know.
And I think that's, like, we saw right at the end of that round, kind of, why you can see the kind of strategic depth of Penta, because even though they're going on that attack, they know where some of the players are and things. They always have that one guy hanging back, waiting for the roamer, waiting for the flank.
Yep.
And it immediately pays off there.
They're all doing similar-ish kind of attacks. It's just that, I don't know, it's
I mean,
working better for Penta, I guess.
Yeah, Penta managing to kind of just edge that advantage slightly. I mean, they again, still have...
I mean, the Thermite down.
And this is where it all changes as well, because Penta are now on defense. They won their last defense, so they have to change up where they want to defend. Looks like they're going for bar here.
Wow, they are going bar. That's interesting.
So
maybe Bedroom's quite bad.
I think bar's an interesting one because it's such an open area. I mean, like, how do you take this? How would you kind of go about defending the bar here?
Ooh, well, there's also there's a bomb there. You can literally, like, the outside. You can just go straight
literally just jump in through the window.
I honestly think this is a bad defensive place.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, they know more.
Yeah, I mean,
but it just looks so open.
This is one of the things as well. Like,